The Fan.
Hey, what it do?
Ahoy!
What's up? Good Monday. What's going on?
It's a little wet outside.
Yeah, this day sucks.
Yeah. Jeebus.
I mean, it's a great day, but
The atmospheric river is it's real.
yeah, it's rough today.
Yeah, I was going over the bridge today, and it just happened to be one of those. I don't know.
Which bridge?
The Glenn Jackson, the mighty 205.
Love the Glenn Jackson.
And boy, I'll tell you what,
Who was Glenn Jackson?
We've talked about this before,
We
and
have?
yeah, we've looked him up, and I still don't remember. Was he some sort of councilman, or he might have been a rich guy? God bless.
Would you like a
America.
bridge? Like, that's a pretty cool bridge, too.
Oh, 100%.
Would you like that named after you?
Yes.
Where people are just constantly Googling you, going, I think he was like.
Problem
some
is, I don't think anyone would
TV
ever
guy?
let Sucanic isn't really a bridge name. You can't have the Sucanic Bridge. No one would know how to say it. It would be butchered.
Well,
You'd have to have I'd have to change my name, to something else.
There's a lot of names that are tough. That
Find me a bwilliage where
Well,
the name is
it's
butchered as Sucanic.
well, let's just talk about the Willamette River.
That's true.
I mean, who doesn't mispronounce the Willamette River when you
Yeah.
first get here?
That's a good point.
Some people, including Portland Trailblazers, mispronounce it for years, even after having lived here. So, I mean, and Cooch Street,
Yeah.
once it, if it's local, you
get it.
figure it out.
Yeah.
It gets back to you that
That's
you're
true.
mispronouncing.
Yeah.
So people would know locally now, outside of here,
Yeah.
the Schukenich Bridge. You got to go to the
Yeah.
Schukenich Bridge.
I just never thought, and I love my last name. Very proud of my last name. And I always like that my kids like it. Both of my daughters say if they ever get married, they're doing the screw you, we're keeping Sucanic, which I appreciate. They love the Sucanic name. But I'm not so crowned up to think that name is building and bridge material. Like there's just some names that flow and mine isn't. It's not. It doesn't flow off the tongue. So would I like a bridge named after me? Yes. Would it be the same? Traffic coming across the Glenn Jackson Bridge as opposed to coming across the Jason Sucanic Bridge. It doesn't sound right. So yes, I would like it, but it doesn't have the same ring.
So he was the chairman of the Oregon Transportation Commission.
That's right. I knew he was some sort of commissioner,
Which that's
sort of fellow.
not that impressive to me.
No, but when you're building the bridge, you know.
Well, he was also the chairman of Pacific Power and Light.
Oh, so he was probably
And he owned a newspaper.
He was a swinging D back in the day.
So that,
Yeah.
he was like a rich guy.
I also think it's way easier back in the day to get things named after you. Now, you just got to be rich and you have to build it. Like when they build the new bridge, the I-5 bridge, dude,
Who's getting that?
well, someone that's kicking in, my guess is several hundred millions of dollars, or
That's all public, isn't it?
or a historical figure.
That's not going to be a private. They're not taking private dough on that, are they?
No, but someone in the government likes to have his name on things.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Trump Bridge.
Well, I'm just saying, if you want federal funding, they talk about if that thing gets built minus inflation, that would be like the most expensive, municipal project. Like that thing's gonna be like $8 billion, and if you want federal funding for that thing, my guess is there's a name on that thing from someone that's allowing those funds. But other way, it'd be a historical figure. Like you'll go back, someone in Oregon history, but you're not. There's nothing you are going to do right now to get your name on that bridge. So I said it's way easier back in the day to get your name on things. Way harder nowadays, unless it's a private thing, and then you pay enough money. Phil Knight, I bet you Phil Knight has his name on more damn things than anything. Like there's or the Knight family name. That guy's on everything. Why? Donates a couple $1 billion.
Which fan personality has the best bridge name?
Well, let's look at it. Going across the Isaac Rock Bridge. It's not bad.
Not terrible.
Jordan Schultz, no, that kind of has the same thing as Sucanic. I hate to tell you, but that Slavic kind of
it
German
doesn't
thing,
work.
it's not a romance language.
So I go by Schultze because that flows a lot
Yeah.
better.
You know what? I mean, Andy Johnson works, much like the Glenn
The
Jackson.
Andy Johnson Bridge.
The Andy Johnson Bridge kind of flows because, again, that's a very old kind of...
The Jason Swigard Bridge.
Nah, not
The
quite.
Brandon Sprague
No.
Bridge.
No, Patrick Harris works.
Ooh, the Patrick. Yes, it's
In
got to
fact-
be simple.
You know what? That problem, Danny Meringue doesn't work. It's Patrick Harris. If we were telling you that there was a new bridge and you're like, hey, what you want to do is you want what?
Wait. The Jeff Rust Bridge.
That's pretty good too. But I there's something about the Patrick Harris like that. With the moment you said that, I was like, that works. So what you want to do is you want to get on 26, you want to head on over. You're going to take like exit 24, and that's going to hook you up with the Patrick Harris Bridge. You're going to take you right over down into St. and then you're good.
I'm okay with it.
The Patrick Harris works.
I'm okay with it.
Some names work, and you just, it's like the porn. You don't know how to define it, but you know it when you see it. You know a bridge name when you hear it.
Luke Anderson, though, that's pretty good, too.
Luke is very good.
The Luke Anderson Bridge?
Ooh, that's solid. Again, much
Wow.
like the Glenn Jackson. Those are the sorts of names that work.
Yeah, Johnson, Anderson, like
Yes.
Smith, just the quick ones. The
I
ones
hate-
that roll right off.
I don't mean to pull it away, the great honor from Patrick Harris, but now you're tickling something with the Luke Anderson Bridge. I'll tell you what, I like me some Luke Anderson Bridge. I'd feel very proud to go over the Luke Anderson Bridge. Maybe that eases the tolls a little bit. I'm like, son of a...
I think that's the best bridge name.
Luke Anderson. It's good.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you tomorrow.
We've done our work here.
Good show.
Good show. Good show, guys.
Maybe I could get like an expressway or something. The Sucanic Expressway. Park, perhaps. I need something lesser. I'm no bridge guy.
Yeah, I think
Sucanic Park could work, I
I
think.
think you're better suited for a park bench.
Yeah, I could see that.
Where no one really knows the name of it until
Yeah.
you read the placard.
There's a plaque. Maybe there's little feetsies, like some bronze feetsies that are in there.
Yeah.
You know, he liked to feed his birds. Something of that nature here.
What a weekend. Anyway, we were talking about the crappy weather.
Yeah.
It is awful. Oh, so the whole point was I was going over the Luke Anderson Bridge, which I'm now going to call the Glenn Jackson. And I just happened to be in the middle of a convoy. There were like 6 freaking semis all around me, and they were kicking up so much standing water. It was a little Final Destination out there. I got a little worried. We had to do the slow down, like the wave of water, like my wipers couldn't keep up, and it was kind of an unsettling feeling.
Perhaps you were too close.
Oh, that was the problem is like I couldn't really speed up because that was the wall of water, but as I tried to hang back, there were others coming up. I found myself in the middle of a convoy is what I did. And I was the rubber duck and it wasn't going
But
well.
they're all not. I mean, it's not a convoy. Like they're all just.
No,
they're trucks.
I just happened to be on the bridge
Trucks.
at a time with a lot of
Just
trucks. North side.
The Sucanic Recycling Center.
Yeah, I could
Got
get
a little bit of a ring to it.
Except I don't really believe in recycling.
Well, that's the fun of it.
Yeah, that's true. What about like a Sucanic Hall? Does
Yeah.
that work?
We'll see if it's just
Sioux
a
hall.
hall. Yeah, see,
Sioux hall.
exactly.
There
If
you
it's a
go.
hall,
Yeah.
you can use nicknames.
yeah.
You can't really do that with bridges.
Schultze Hall.
Like what is an armory?
Schultz Hall is better.
Schultz Hall does, yeah. What
Oh, yeah.
about one of those
'Cause you
armories
one
like
syllable.
where you would like you'd go see like Portland wrestling back in the day, the Salem Armory,
The Souk Armory.
the Souk Armory. So
Hell
that's
yes.
more. Yeah, I'm gonna watch some like where like you're gonna watch a roller derby. You're gonna watch some ladies like in a thong roller skate.
Oh, I watched a Salem Stampede game there.
There
at the
you go.
Armory when I
That-
was a kid. Yeah.
Why did they,
That
okay,
makes sense.
Can I ask a question? And it's going to be a dumb one. An armory is where they keep weapons.
I think it's a military. Yeah, it's like a
Why
military.
are there events where they keep the weapon? Like that doesn't seem.
I don't have an answer for
That
that.
doesn't seem right.
I just remember as a kid watching Portland wrestling on like the UHF channels, and it would always be live from the Salem Armory, and it'd be like the
that-
grappler versus the Latin lover Al Madrid.
But did you ever
No,
think to yourself, why is Al Madrid
at the Salem Armory.
at the where they keep the weapons?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never once thought about that, and now my mind is kind of blown. Is it because we don't really
It's because we don't really use it.
we
Maybe
don't really use it?
It's like we need some revenue.
Yeah, so we loan it out to low grade things like roller derby and
Exactly.
like I doubt there's like real big functions. Like no one's hosting a political rally at the Armory.
No, it like probably used to have that like original designation or usage, and now years after, it just
They're like,
never
yeah, no
lost
one's
the
been
name.
in there for 30 years. Let's host a wrestling match.
It works. Same thing. I don't even know what a hall does either. It's just there's a hall, but I feel like I could, you could rent it out for various things like an RV show. Where's the RV show at? Well, it's the good one's over at the convention center, but like that bastard one, that's over at Souk Hall. Like where the Expo Center now sits and occupies, the Expo Center could be Souk Hall. And then you got like, again, like jiu-jitsu tournaments, B-list Comic Cons, things like that.
What
Maybe
do
a
you-
home and gardening show.
What do you suspect is the difference between a conference center and a convention center?
I think the convention center is just nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just the nicety of the whole thing.
Actually, I don't think that there
Bigger.
is a difference.
Maybe it's bigger.
Bigger, yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, multiple halls. Because I will say in the convention center, there's halls. You got hall A, B, C. How about a nice Souk Hall? maybe if I like save the mayor, Keith Wilson, from drowning, like they'll be like, hey, like, what can we do to thank you? And I'm like, Convention Center, Hall A, now Hall Souk. Although that might throw people off with the whole lettering system. But, you know, if I ever did something noteworthy in the city, I think that's a fair ask to have a Convention Center hall. I'm not even asking for the whole Expo Center, although it'd be nice. But I'm just, give me a hall.
We do have text police coming in here.
Yeah.
The armories in question here are not the places that weapons and small arms are used. Once upon a time they were, but now it's essentially an overbuilt garage.
Oh, see?
All right.
Doesn't that seem about right then? You know,
But I don't.
a garage.
Okay, so then where do they store the weapons?
Well, I don't know. Important places.
And what's that called?
I don't know.
And why don't they have wrestling there?
I think that's a base, and I don't think you can let Al Madrid onto a base with real weapons. I think they hold that, you know what, then it becomes forts. That's forts and barracks and
Looking
important
up
things.
the original Salem Armory, it was shaped like a castle. They rebuilt it, but like
Well, yeah, you got to have guards.
yeah. There's towers and
See, I would think they would all be underground.
yeah, I think
You
that.
know?
Well, there's that big one I think out. Was it like Umatilla? And yeah, I guess supposedly they got all kinds of cool stuff underground. Like you see the mounds, and supposedly if you go under there, we got all kinds of cool stuff that goes boom.
Well, you know, that's what your boy Elon keeps touting. Is
What?
Well, he just said-
Subterranean?
yeah, he just says there's just a lot of space to do a lot of stuff underground. If we're running out of space,
Mole people.
which we're not,
Yeah.
but that's his
We
you know,
do-
his big tunnel idea. you
Yeah.
know,
Well, we
and
do have a lot of space. It's just that no one wants to go where the space is. Like I talk to that sometimes. Like you hear like young people that complain that like they can't afford a house, and I'm like, have you tried Nebraska?
Yeah, it's like they would rather they're not building a house in Nebraska. They would rather build an underground home in LA.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. If you told me all of a sudden I was going subterranean, I kind of like the idea of like mole people.
Yeah.
You know.
So people will just start selling 2,000 square feet under their house,
Interesting.
and you build away.
Wow. I'm not opposed to it. I'm guessing it's kind of expensive, but like, hey, where do you live? I live at 1631B.
That way you don't have
What's
to live
B? Below ground.
BG. You don't have to live in Nebraska that way.
No, but then you got what happens if your like upstairs neighbor's a real bitch and you know there's conflict and
Well,
hey, no
that's-
yard maintenance,
We
right?
have that now. I
You don't have
mean,
to put up Christmas lights.
No, it's a lot of advantages.
Yeah.
No siding.
Yeah, no sunlight,
No.
yeah, that's not good.
no view. Maybe you could do like TVs.
You could do fake views.
That's what I was thinking. How about this? Like TVs, and there's little like cameras outside that show me the view, and so my windows are like those picture frames, and it shows me the view of what it is outside.
Yeah, that's what they have in like doomsday silos.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my God, what a crappy day. But in reality, I'm underground, but I see the rain. And then I wake up, I'm like, oh my God, this is beautiful. And I know what the sun looks like because the little camera's pointing that way.
Aren't all the Richies building underground bunkers?
Yeah,
Damn right they are.
silos. Yeah,
Isn't
you
that
got
their big thing?
I think the going price for one of them, there's like a big silo in like Kansas or Nebraska near where you're from, Rob, and it's like 4 or 5 million just to like get a down payment and get one built. And then I'm assuming you gotta like pay to be a part of it continuing. So no.
I'll tell you what, we were
Too
looking
spendy.
because we've looked at like coming over here to Portland to build, and most of the lots that are available in Portland that aren't like a gajillion dollars are sloped lots. Let me tell you something. You want to get knocked with a price tag, start digging into something. Start digging just into a hillside to flatten out a piece of land, let alone building like a fortified bunker. Turns out the most expensive thing in the world is just digging. So if you want to make a bunch of money, get yourself a backhoe and start it digging.
Yeah. Well, and then you have the flooding issue.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah.
It's tough. Maybe you do want to live in Nebraska.
Then earthquakes here too. The big one's coming, right?
Ah,
Yeah.
the earthquake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm underground. I'll be fine. All of a sudden, yeah, like you said, Nebraska and Iowa, the Dakotas.
Do you think that the rich people building their underground lairs is more the fear of end of days or the fear of luxury, of not having luxury
Oh,
during the end of days?
FOMO.
You know what I
it's
mean?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more the latter.
Well, what else you do?
Like they
here?
don't care. Like what?
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna die anyway. It's like, what's the point? Well, I'd rather have a nice couch.
Yeah.
I don't
It's a
think they
valid
want to
point.
be around the peasants. I think that's
Yeah,
all the
right.
plebes.
Right.
No.
Fighting over water.
Exactly.
I did hear Musk once give one of the before he went kind of whatever he's doing now. He actually made a valid point. His
I
whole-
had to unfollow him.
Yeah, it's a lot for me.
And it's not because of anything other than just complete and utter constant tweets.
Yeah.
Like he constantly,
Yeah.
it's just always him. I'm just like, dude, I can't handle it.
Well, he's like the smartest dude.
Yeah.
And so I think his train of thought is just
Well, I'm okay
nonstop.
with his content. Some of it's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It was just too much. There was too many
Yeah.
of them.
He had and I know we're up against it, and I don't want to go long with this, but it was one of the more interesting things I've heard him say. His idea was that the Hyperloop thing that he wanted to build, right? He said, cost
Isn't that underground?
Yeah. And the whole cost-wise thing of it obviously is gargantuan. But he said, if this thing were to work, in theory, you could live in Omaha, Nebraska, and you could work in San Francisco, and it would take you 45 minutes to commute, and you would sit in this tube, and it would just rocket fire your ass.
That's what's up.
And so you could work in the city. You could see a ball game. You could see a play, whatever. And then with the average commute, take an hour, you're on one of these things, and now you can actually afford to go live in a place that is actually affordable. And that right there, like if you could snap your fingers and have that be the future, that is kind of badass.
It would change a lot.
Yeah, the idea that like, hey, do you want to go see a game at like the Ducks playing in the Rose Bowl? You're like, yeah, what time's the game? 7. Cool, I'll meet you at 4:45. We'll hop in the tunnel. And, and you're just home.
I don't know about 45 minutes from Nebraska to San Francisco. That seems unlikely.
But I get what he's saying. This is his thing down the road. Supposedly what he thinks could actually go from a speed thing in the future is quite ridiculous. You just, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a vacuum. And,
Yeah.
and we're talking, I think,
Oh,
like
cool.
a bullet train in China.
It's like 300-400 miles an hour, I think, is the tops.
Yeah.
Those things are awesome.
So this could probably go double that because it's self-contained in a tube.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of ridiculous.
we're a ways away.
Don't want to get hit by that.
Well, hence the tunnel.
I don't think you could get into there.
But what if
very
you're in your
easily.
underground house?
Little moles underneath there, and the next thing you know, I'll tell you what, if you did get hit by something going 800 miles an hour, you wouldn't feel it.
I think it's stupid that we have, I get it costs a lot of money. I get that. But we find money for everything.
Oh, yeah.
Why the hell in a country so large do we not have high-speed trains?
That's
It's
other thing.
absolutely absurd.
So I think I know the answer to this quickly. It's red tape. So China, you kind of have to do what the government tells you, right? And there's so many people here, like governments, of cities, of counties, of states that all have to sign off, like municipalities.
And
like
no one has to do it. Yeah, China can build a skyscraper in like 30 days.
They just tell you, and you're forced to do it.
They
And
just
don't
show
we
up
have a dictator?
That's a good point.
By the way, the Hyperloop, what they're talking about with right now, what we have, the capabilities are saying about 760 to 800 miles an hour.
Oh, my God.
Pretty good.
You would get places.
Let's go to the game. Let's go to Vegas tonight.
Be pretty cool.
Vegas is pretty cool. All right, yeah, it's a crappy day here. For those of you that aren't here, it is just windy and rainy and dreary and Portlandy. But that's okay because yesterday afternoon was nice, and they're saying later in the week will be nice.
Well, that's good.
But we have an atmospheric river running through here
Got to deal with it now.
until Wednesday. The field is set for the college football playoff.
And one team won't stop bitching.
Yeah, James Madison.
Good grief.
What's James Madison's mascot?
The Dukes, I believe.
What is it, Duke?
The Duke of Earl.
I don't think that's what that means, though.
No.
Right? It's a royal title.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but I don't think that's what the James Madison Dukes are.
No?
I don't know.
Well,
We're going to learn a lot about James Madison this week.
I don't know any other Dukes, but I'll look it up for you.
So we'll start there. The field is set. Oddly compelling, too. Next on The Fan.
The Portland Trail Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Nobody got time for that.
Okay, well, let's get into some college football. The field is set.
By the way, I looked it up. The James Madison Dukes are named after the second university president, Samuel Page Duke, who the basketball team said, can we please have some equipment? And if you buy us basketballs and or sneakers, we will name our team after you. And he did, and they started calling themselves the Dukes.
Better than any bridge or hall or building, right?
Yeah.
So if he bought basketballs and what'd you say, shoes?
Yeah, just they needed basketball equipment. And
I mean, what do you suppose that cost him back then? 50 cents?
It can't be.
And he's now the mascot of the team.
Yes.
And it's 2025. What a deal.
Yes. That might be and now they're living the high life in the playoff.
Bro, we were talking about being named like a bridge.
Yeah.
How about the Sooks?
The Sooks.
Like what if
the James Madison Sooks.
let's say, okay, you went to BYU.
Yeah.
Let's say the Cougar somehow runs into some
financial
PR
issues.
trouble.
Yeah.
And the Cougar gets canceled. And
Turns
they're
out the Cougars touching people inappropriately. They're like, well, we can't be the Cougs anymore.
They're like, what should we name? What should be our new mascot? Well, we had this player in the 90s, back in the olden days,
He's pretty cool.
in the 1900s, who played center.
The BY Sooks.
And he went on to be a legendary radio host. I think we should be the BYU Sooks.
Yes.
All he has to do is donate a few basketballs and shoes.
Just some equipment. There you go.
God.
That's like Browns, right? Paul Brown.
Yeah, Paul Brown.
Cleveland
That's
Browns?
right. That's right. The Rops.
I like it.
I want to be a mascot.
The Kansas Rops.
The Rops.
There's a nice ring to it. Well, anyway, that's that. So that is the Dukes. The Dukes are just named after a guy
after
whose
a
last
dude.
name whose
I
name
feel
was
like
Duke.
back when things were kind of willy-nilly.
Yeah.
You could, like, you're so right. Like, you just can't. You can't
No,
get that today.
No.
Everything's kind of taken.
Yes.
Except for new things, and that has to go through a whole process.
And new things are
Whereas
really
back,
expensive.
Back then, it was like, get us a couple balls. Well, I mean, I don't care.
We need basketball equipment. You got it. And if you do, what's in it for me? Would you like the entire university named after you? Sure. We're the Dukes.
Well, they named the no. That's James Madison.
Yes.
The mascot.
The mascot.
He's the mascot.
Yes, but they named. I mean, the whole university's mascot is named after
Yes,
this
but
dude.
not the university.
No, not the university.
That's named after James
Yes.
Madison, who will probably soon be canceled, and then we'll have to name it
Something else.
somebody else. By the way, how about our? If you're watching on the CW, how about our awesome Christmas tree in here?
Oh yeah, that's courtesy of the Patrick Harris bridge.
Yeah.
I love the Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
They were thinking that I would take that out of here.
Why?
I don't know.
Do
I
they
think they think I'm bah humbug, but I'm not. I love Christmas.
Yeah,
We're
just
not
because you're a
Scrooge.
godless heathen doesn't mean that you don't enjoy Christmas.
Well, I am a godless heathen, but I do like a clean studio space, so maybe
Sure.
that's why they were thinking. But I just think I find it unbelievable. See
Yeah.
how all the branches. So it's obviously it's fake, and you have to kind of.
Yeah, there's like little pipe cleaners. You can adjust it.
You
however
adjust
want.
them.
Yeah.
This thing has sat in here for 2 weeks, and nobody has thought to adjust it the way I did adjusted it today. And look how cute it is.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Is that not adorable?
Yes, it is the Well, you know
God.
that is the Charlie Brown Christmas
Of
tree.
course.
Yes.
And by the way, Odyssey, in classic Odyssey fashion, we have a real Christmas tree out in the hall out here.
It's undecorated though.
It's undecorated and it's leaning against a wall.
Yeah, why don't
Looks
and,
great.
And that is a real tree, correct?
Yes, it's real.
Oh, yeah, you smell the pine.
smells
Yeah,
great.
I walked by and I was like, dude, because I assumed it was a fake tree. No, I like walked by and my first thought was, why doesn't it have a tree stand? I have an
Yes.
extra one. I can bring it in.
Right.
And why
Don't offer.
Okay.
First of all. And let's take bets
See how long?
on how long does that ever get decorated?
No, it will lean. It's been there for like a week, and first off, it's gonna die.
It's dying a slow death in the
It's
corner
not in
of
any
the hallway.
water. So someone cut down a tree and then leaned it against the wall.
Yeah, we didn't put any water in the base or
I don't
anything.
There is
I-
no base.
I
it's
will
just
liter-
leaned. It's just leaned against a wall.
I will literally
Go
go
save
water
it,
right
Schulte.
now.
Go
I want
save
to.
it. Save it.
Honestly,
Christmas spirit,
I don't
damn
think
it.
we can. I think
Come on!
that thing is dead and gone.
Well,
I
so you
don't-
don't think it ever gets decorated?
No, I don't think it ever gets watered. I think it's
Even
gonna,
with us publicly shaming them right now.
Oh, that's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're probably listening, or they're probably not actually.
Well, I want answers. God, I want like we need.
You want the truth?
I want the committee. I want the committee to talk about, first off, where did that come from? And what, like, if you were in charge of going to get a tree, you just decided to lean it against a wall. Even if all I was in charge of was going to get a tree, and then I leaned it against the wall and I came in the next day, I would take the responsibility to then be like, well, guys, I brought you this tree. Are we going to do anything with it? And if someone was like, no, it's not that hard to get a base.
An Odyssey station.
I said, I think I have 3 Christmas tree stands sitting at my house. Don't we all? Isn't that just something that you have as extra stands?
I don't
No,
have
you're
that.
not a.
No, we have a fake tree.
Oh, well, I've accumulated. I don't know how. I've just accumulated like stands over the years.
Well, you buy new ones.
Yeah,
You're
they
like,
just-
that's shabby. I better get a new
They
one.
just happen. Or like when my mom moved out of the house, she was like, "Do you want this?" It was a really nice one. I was like, "Not really, but I mean, I
I gotta
guess."
tell you, we're 30 minutes in. We haven't covered S.
I think we've covered a lot. Just maybe not
You know what? You're right.
the importance. Well, we have covered the important stuff. Just
We have covered it. You're right. You guys will see you tomorrow, 3 to 7 on the Fan.
Great show once again.
Thank you. Okay, come on. Will you focus?
Yeah.
The college football playoff is set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And apparently everyone's bitching about it,
Well,
but not this guy.
one person's
Not
bitching
this
about it.
reporter. I'm not bitching about it. I found yesterday fascinating and compelling,
Yeah.
even though it's a total. I mean, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's interesting. It's an interesting
It
disaster.
is interesting. And that's all I ask in this world. If you are going to be a disaster, just
Yeah.
do it with some style.
That's right.
all.
Don't be boring.
Yeah.
We'll get to that next, including Oregon's game against James Madison.
The Dukes.
You excited?
No, not really.
No, I'm not either.
No, it's...
All right, well, let's first go to Schulte with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the college football playoff officially set. Oregon going to be a number 5 seed facing off against 12 seed James Madison in a first-round game down at Autzen Stadium on Saturday, December 20th. The winner would move on to play number 4 Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl on New Year's Day. Another hire today to report in the college ranks, Memphis choosing Charles Huff to be their next head coach after just 1 season at Southern Miss. He replaces Ryan Silverfield, who, of course, left for the Arkansas job. Over to the NFL, Week 14 wrapping up in L.A. Monday Night Football between the Chargers and Eagles. Quarterback Justin Herbert will play despite dealing with that fractured non-throwing hand. Philly's still a 2.5-point favorite, though. Kickoff at 5:15 on ESPN. And very bad news for the Colts. Quarterback Daniel Jones officially out the rest of the season after suffering a torn Achilles against the Jaguars. Backup Riley Leonard also might not be ready to go against Seattle. He's reportedly dealing with a knee issue that would force the Colts to turn to the practice squad. Quarterback Brett Rippon is still there. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Ducks Game Day. Before and after every Ducks Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Try it again, please.
I contend that this is the single worst Christmas song ever recorded.
I can't get on board
Ever.
with that.
Worse than Reindeer,
It's a little
Grandma Reindeer.
It's a little repetitive.
This song is so
a wonderful Christmas time.
bad.
It's at least got a fun vibe.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I sing along to it,
Yeah.
and it's Paul McCartney whose greatness. This is no, you cannot argue that this is any good at all.
There's one that's
You
worse.
can't.
There's one that's worse.
What?
It's that Christmas shoes song about the kid that's buying a pair of
Yeah,
shoes
that
he doesn't have
sucks.
enough money to get for his dying mother on
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. So somebody has
Well,
to
that's-
step up and pay for the shoes. And
First of all, I don't know what song you're talking
You don't
about.
know that song?
No.
I think it's just called like
Christmas shoes. Yeah.
He's not even singing. By thee there all day long. God, that song sucks. And I promise I'm not bah humbug. I love Christmas music, but
By the
that
way,
is so
I
bad.
just wanted to. I looked up. We're gonna get to nothing, by the way. Again, you want to talk about a squirrel moment? But I did look up. Esquire ranked the worst Christmas songs
Yeah.
of all time.
What's number one? Told you.
Paul McCartney and Wings.
Wow.
Wonderful
I told
Christmas
you,
time.
you little bitch.
Yeah.
Good job, Rob.
It was number one. We got Jackson 5. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. I think that one's a little weird.
Yeah.
They went Lady Gaga, Christmas Tree.
I don't
A lot of
know that.
modern stuff.
Is Grandma got run over by a reindeer?
They
on
put
there?
Band-Aid. Do they know
I
it's
love that.
Christmas?
Ah, do they know it's Christmas? Is a great Christmas song.
They go number 6.
Yeah, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is
look.
a great song. And there's a whole special. Like, there's an animated hour-long TV show to watch for Christmas
Yeah,
every year.
let's not pretend
Whoa.
any of these songs are
Now,
good.
I have not heard
It's
this.
just-
Yeah.
We like them.
Number 8. Is anyone familiar with Tiny Tim's Santa Claus Has Got the AIDS?
Yes.
What?
I believe that is from South Park?
No,
No?
this is Tiny Tim.
The real Tiny Tim?
Apparently, yeah, it was like in the
Peanut butter
80s. I think he wanted to like write a song about, AIDS recognition. So I'm going to need you at some point, Schnitzel Wolf, to come back with Tiny Tim's Santa Claus
If
Has
it's-
Got the AIDS.
If it is allowed, I will do that.
That's a real,
Request denied.
wow.
Like to keep my job.
So I'm looking at the bracket here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that.
Oregon will play James Madison.
Yes, with their 20-something point favorites.
It's Oregon's the 5. James Madison is the 12. Now, if I had told you at the start of the season
Yeah,
that was going to be like let's go back to August. Rewind to August Souk.
sure.
And I'm sitting over here. I'm like, you know what they're going to do? They're going to play James Madison in the first round. You would have done just that. You would have laughed.
I would have laughed. Yes.
And here they are.
The Sun Belt champion.
They are actually playing James Madison, which
Yeah.
is, I think, a total lame-o letdown bullshit,
Yes.
of a game. At the same time, if you're an Oregon fan, you're like, okay, well,
It's as well as it could go.
yeah, it's like, this is
Look.
good. We'll win that, and then we'll go and play Texas Tech.
No one is saying, because I've heard some Texas Tech and Indiana fans be all butthurt because everyone's butthurt. But let me state
Why
for
are
the
they
record.
butthurt?
Well, because of this. But let me just say, no
of
one's
what? They got
no,
buys.
no one is more of a bitch than Notre Dame. You're a bitch. Everyone thinks you're a bitch,
But
and
wait,
the
hold
only
on,
one
hold on, hold on.
complaining.
Why are Indiana and Texas Tech complaining about Oregon and James Madison?
No, they're complaining because a lot of people, the pundits, are saying that Oregon has an easy draw, and so
Oh.
they're Texas Tech and
well,
Indiana.
they do. It's not easy, but it's the easier of the two sides.
And therein lies the point. So Texas Tech and Indiana, lighten up. No one's saying that you're easy games. They're saying if you're Oregon and you weren't going to be the 4 seed, everyone knows the 5 is the place to be. You are going to be overwhelming favorites against James Madison. And yes, Texas Tech's defense is really good. And Indiana just got done proving that they're the best team in the country. They've beaten Oregon and they've beaten Ohio State. And those were legitimate victories. Take nothing away from them. But from a talent standpoint, yes, Oregon is going to be James Madison doesn't belong in the field with them, that they are going to have a massive advantage with the exception of probably the defensive line. And even then, it's not like Oregon has a bad defensive line. And again, talent standpoint, not saying they're a better team, Indiana proved it. But you aren't going to face a team that is overwhelmingly more talented or even as talented as you to a man until you would get all the way to the end. So yes, if you had to draw up a bracket And you could lose to Texas Tech. You could lose to Indiana. You're not losing to James Madison. This is a good draw. You avoid Ohio State. You avoid Georgia.
Yeah.
That's good.
Of course. And there isn't anyone who would think otherwise.
Well,
It's
unless
just-
you're
but
at
hold
Texas
on.
Tech and Indiana. fan.
We have to make a pact. You and I.
Yes.
We do a radio show together.
Yes.
Stop bringing up what fans say on social media. It's a waste of time. Fans are idiots. They are. And it hurts the discussion. It's like, just because Texas Tech fan is butthurt that he can't handle that they're not Georgia and Ohio State. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's just dumb.
Yeah.
So it's not even worth our breath. Okay, can we do that?
No.
You and me.
No.
You and me.
No. Let's do it.
No Stephen A. takes.
However,
no
Ryan Clark and
yes,
Cam
none
Newton.
of them. I don't care what anyone. And by the way, here's another thing. I'm going to make a declaration right now.
I like
You're not going to hear this reporter bitch about the college football playoff one time. I don't care. Listen, I get it. It's a mess, okay?
Sure.
There's no question. It needs to be completely blown up and revamped. That said, I'm tired of everyone just constantly bitching about it. I got to tell you, I had a great time yesterday. I woke up and I got my coffee and I took Molly on a walk and I came and I sat down and I turned on ESPN at 9 o'clock. Now, I was a little perturbed that it took them a half an hour to get to the rankings.
Sure.
But I get it. TV. And I was thoroughly compelled, oddly compelling television, even though it's kind of an S show. And yes, of course, Notre Dame being left out, which, by the way, I got to give you credit. You're the one that called that.
Yeah.
You called that. Now, once, because you said on Thursday, I wasn't here on Friday, but on Thursday, you said the way they set it up, they teed it up so that BYU, if they lose, is out, and then they would compare Miami and Notre Dame head-to-head, which is exactly what they did,
Yep.
and they flipped Miami because they beat Notre Dame.
And
you called that. Now, on Sunday, I'm sorry, I'm
no,
going
yeah.
long here, but one more point. On Saturday, when Alabama got smoked and looked so bad doing it, it was amazing because I was with you on Thursday. I'm like, I think that's right. I think you're seeing that right. Okay, then Saturday comes around and Alabama gets smoked. And all of a sudden, the narrative, you could again, this is why just there's too many pundits, there's too many dumb fans, there's too much noise out there that doesn't mean anything because all of a sudden the groupthink was, well, Alabama's out.
Yeah.
Alabama shouldn't be in. Because some guy somewhere who probably has a little bit of a following, tweets like, "Oh, Alabama doesn't deserve to be in." And then all of a sudden, everybody thinks that, and everybody's tweeting that, and now we're talking about Alabama not being in. Dude, they didn't even move a spot in the rankings.
Nope.
So this is my point: is I just think it's shockingly flawed, and probably really frustrating if you're a Notre Dame fan or, Texas or whomever. But I, as a fan, am absolutely having a great time. I think the bracket, even though the G5 schools in there is, it's kind of less than ideal, but that's the system.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's a great tournament.
I always say to anyone that complains, it's better than we've ever had. What's the old argument that perfection is the greatest enemy of better? This is better than it was last year, which is better than the year was the year before.
Do you remember the BCS?
Yes. I remember a time before the BCS when at the end of the year, we just voted and we were like, okay, well.
Okay, you're champs.
Miami is a champion, but then so is Washington. Well, they never played each other, nor did they play a common opponent. I don't know. Let's each give one of them a championship.
Yeah, you guys both win.
So
everybody go home.
It's so much better than it was. And for the Notre Dame fans that are crying and they're like, this is the greatest travesty. Florida State was undefeated and got left out of a 14 playoff. Yeah. Florida State was undefeated, and together they were like, no. And yet Notre Dame is standing up there acting like this is the worst thing that's ever happened. And this is why I say Notre Dame, just play like a champion until we don't get our way and then we take our ball and go home. I hope that Notre Dame, the rumor is that Notre Dame tomorrow is going to pull out of the ACC. I hope every other power conference turns to them and goes, cool, either join a conference or we don't schedule you. Like this whole power play on the part of Notre Dame, how dare you?
Well, what does the ACC have to, why are they mad at the ACC?
Because the ACC pumped up Miami over Notre Dame. Notre Dame actually
they're not a full member of the league.
Thank you. Notre Dame's AD actually had the balls to say that the ACC has done permanent damage by promoting Miami over Notre Dame. And my favorite part about Notre Dame is their only argument. The argument isn't that Miami was in over them, because you can't argue that. Miami beat you. Your only argument is until the last ranking, we were ahead of you. So they're upset, not that Miami is above them. It's just that they're only above us at the end, which is the lamest thing in the world. Miami is like, whatever you think of that, at the end of the day, because had Miami been put above Notre Dame before the last ranking, Notre Dame would have no leg to stand on. So Notre Dame's only argument is, Notre Dame is O.J. Simpson at this point. Yeah, we did it, but we'd like to get off on a technicality. That's all your argument is. And you look and sound like the world's biggest bitch to everyone in college football that isn't suckling at the Notre Dame teat. It's embarrassing. All you're doing is embarrassing yourself. And I hope that the rest of college football takes a look at this and tells you to go take a flying leap. When you decide to take your ball and be like, well, we're going to leave the ACC, you realize, Notre Dame, that you do need those other conferences. You do need that. And maybe if you had actually joined a conference, this wouldn't happen to you. I have lost all respect for Notre Dame based on this whole thing. Well, we'll just take our ball and go home. We can't bother to be played because the system is a farce. The system is rigged for you better than any other team.
I think there's like 10 teams that opted out of bowls.
Yeah.
To be fair. It's
yeah,
not
but some
just
of them
Notre Dame.
actually have a legitimate reason, like Ohio State, or not Ohio State, excuse me, Iowa State.
Ohio State opted out?
Yeah, they're done.
Wow.
Iowa State doesn't have a coach, doesn't know who their coach, they're trying to put that together.
Well,
trying
they got
to
Jimmy Rogers.
Trying to keep a staff together, trying to figure out who Jimmy Rogers is going to hire, trying to keep their team. I get Iowa State. Notre Dame just is being a
there's a couple of
being
them,
a baby.
There's a couple of them that went to their players and said, because like you said, there's a lot of coaching changes and stuff, and some of these teams went to their players. And I think Kansas State was one of them where they just were like, do you guys want to play? And they're like, half of us aren't even going to, half of us don't want to play, so we're going to opt out.
Yeah.
And so therefore, the rest of the guys are like, whatever, no.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to El Paso.
We're good.
So Notre Dame isn't the only team that opted out. But anyway, let's continue the college football playoff discussion next. Lord knows we have 11 days to talk about it because for some stupid reason, again, I'm not going to bitch. Not going to bitch. But they don't start this. If you're wondering, the games don't start this weekend. No. They start the weekend after this weekend.
You're correct.
Is that the right way to say that?
Yeah.
The weekend after next?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
11 days until a college football playoff game, which is
it's
very dumb.
Two of them are duds, which is the unfortunate part. But two of them are excited. I didn't complain. I just said two were duds, and two I'm excited about.
All right, we'll carry that over. Talk about it coming up next on The Fan.
Who's in, who's out?
Why?
This is the Injury Report, brought to you by ZoomCare. Health on your schedule.
Here comes the rush. It holds up, flags down. Jones does hit his man, Alec Pierce. And it is very close to first down yardage. Jones is grabbing the other leg.
He is.
Oh, he may need to come out of this game.
Oh, man.
The backup is Riley Leonard, rookie out of Notre Dame.
Daniel Jones is dead.
Well, and
Achilles.
I'll give you credit. I may have called Miami jumping. You called the Colts not making the playoffs. They are not. They're not making the playoffs. And by the way, Riley Leonard is hurt. So
I didn't know Daniel Jones is going to get hurt.
No, but Anthony Richardson's hurt, and now Riley Leonard's hurt. So it sounds like Brett Rippon is the guy. They're missing the playoffs.
ZoomCare, more than 20 neighborhood clinics in Oregon and Southwest Washington. Convenient access to same-day urgent and emergency care. Schedule or learn more at zoomcare.com.
Whether you're looking
This is Primetime with Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, we're talking college football playoff. Your point about it being better, the system now, than it used to be. Of course it is.
It's better than it's ever been.
No question.
Yeah.
I guess if you were to say, I think the biggest problem is it's just going to take more time than it probably should to get it right. Like, I mean, they are way better than they used to be.
Got to work out the kinks.
Like I said, I thought it was really compelling. It's still compelling. We're having, heated discussions about it. That's good.
Yeah.
It's good for the sports world.
Yeah.
It is certainly inconsistent. It's kind of patchwork. We all know the reasons why it needs to be better, but I just think the dumbest part of the entire system is how long it's taking to get it right. And it's going to be another 5 to 10 years before they really get this where it needs to be. Yeah. And look, maybe even longer, knowing all these old boobs that run things. Like, I mean, you guys probably played the Penn State AD audio on Friday, and you had the Notre Dame AD coming out today, and yesterday we've heard from him. The more I hear from the powers that be and it's not all of them, of course, but just the more these guys talk, the more you realize the new model of college football, these guys are not equipped to usher it in and make it. It's just like these guys they're not business guys, right?
No.
They're not experts at hiring football coaches, even though they're tasked with that. Yeah. Like they're all just out of touch goobers.
Well, the problem
is
they're
old white guys.
Yeah, the problem is that they are only looking out for the interests of one, which is them. So, and they don't even look out for the interests of their conference, although in some extent, obviously the conference commissioner does, but like I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. Notre Dame is livid about what happened to Notre Dame, and I get it. But if the shoe was on the other foot and Notre Dame was behind someone that they had beaten, then they would be arguing the exact opposite. If Alabama got left out because of their conference title loss, right, that would be a really bad precedent, but they did the same thing to BYU. BYU was 11-1 and they got punished for losing their conference championship game. So like you only care when something is broken when it's broken for you, when it breaks your way. And so that's the problem is that if we keep having this mentality of anytime there's a leak in the dam, we try to put our thumb in it, but only when it happens to a powerful opponent. It's like Buster Posey getting run over. And so now we have to do something about collisions at the plate. No one cared until an MVP got run over. So as long as we have that mentality and there's no one, as you pointed out, looking out further down the road, looking and saying, hey guys, let's put in some best practices for 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road that makes sense financially for everyone and is good for the business model, as opposed to what's good for Notre Dame, what's good for Alabama, what's good for the Big 12, what's good for the Pac-12, all of that. There's just too many interests all trying to fit through one door, and then you throw in Fox and ESPN.
Yeah, which, by the way, the ESPN, the SEC TV deal, and this is something you won't hear a lot about because ESPN doesn't want to talk about it and won't talk about it. There was no way Alabama was being left out of that field.
Zero.
Even after losing 28-7 or whatever it was to Georgia.
No.
Because ESPN and the SEC are in bed on a multi-billion-dollar television deal.
And don't say that... And
they were not going to leave Alabama out. They just weren't.
And I said that from the very get-go. And so, yes, because people say, well, it would set the precedent of your playoff game hurting you. We already had that this year with BYU. So last year you said no, not with SMU. This year you said not with Alabama, but over here, yeah, we'll do it. So it is selective about when you do it. So like they just kind of make it up as they go along. And at this point, if you don't think that that's true, then like this is the Notre Dame thing. Like, how can you do it? What do you mean, how can we do it? We've watched the committee do all kinds of crazy stuff. This isn't... What happened to Notre Dame is not the worst thing. It's not even close to the worst thing that's ever happened. Just like Texas. Sark was like, well, this would damage the system forever. Please. Again, Florida State got left out of a 14 playoff when they were undefeated. Like once that happened, I'm telling you, man, everything is on the table. And yes, who you're affiliated with TV networks, what your brand matters, and what eyeballs you bring to the table, it makes a difference.
Yeah, so what they need to do before we move on to the actual bracket is... This is what Gordon Gee was talking about last week when we were talking about the letter that he sent or that he put out there. And this is what they'll eventually get to because, again, follow the money. But they need one Super League. You need these conferences, all like you say, everybody has their own interests. That's the problem. So one Super League, you sell one set of TV rights for the entirety of college football, whatever that looks like. You're all now rowing the same direction, and you make so much more money. It is shocking how many billions of dollars college football has left on the table by not getting their S together before now. And like you said, it's moving the right direction, but it's taking so long. That's the frustrating thing, because we can all see where this is headed, and it's going there incrementally. But my God, it's going to be another 5 to 10 years.
Well, because ultimately the thing that you need to happen is what they will eventually fight to the death, and then eventually it'll collapse, and that's collectively bargain and get to a union.
But you're already starting to pay players.
We're seeing it.
And players are now saying we don't want to play in bowl games. So
Change
those
is
are going to
coming.
go away.
Change is coming.
Conference championship games are going to go away. Like it's you can all see it.
Yeah.
So this is my whole point about griping about it, even though we've just done that here for a little bit. I'm trying not to. I just think it's just getting tiresome to hear all the griping about it. Let's just wait and let's enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oregon's got a playoff game. It's going to be a fun tournament.
And we'll all watch it. We're all going to love it.
Let's just enjoy that until they eventually maybe
we'll figure it out.
Do something right.
The product on the field is still really good, and it's better
excellent.
than it. So, and the numbers back it up. People are watching in record numbers.
Okay, well, the field is set. How does it look for Oregon? You know, I think that as we mentioned earlier, Oregon has a good little path. Not that that's easy, because Indiana is awesome and Texas Tech is awesome.
A good path.
I did see the point spread on the Texas Tech Oregon matchup. Should it occur?
Yeah.
Let's not count out the Dukes.
I'm counting out the Dukes
of Madison James,
Yeah, I'm doing
but they're going to be there. They're going to play. Bob Chesney's going to bring his purple people eaters in there,
even though he's not the coach.
But he's there, right?
He's there.
Yeah, so he is the coach, and he is going to bring those purple people eaters in there, and their little guys are going to be running around. They're going to be trying to tackle. It's going to be great. But if Oregon beats the Dukes, the point spread on the Oregon-Texas Tech game, which will be in Miami, by the way.
Orange Bowl.
At 4:30 is the James Madison game time. We don't know the game time of the
Orange Bowl yet.
Texas Tech game. It would be Texas Tech +1.
Really?
Oregon would be favored by 1 point.
Okay.
They pretty much have them dead even.
Yeah, it's basically a pick 'em.
And we actually do know the time. That would be a 9 a.m. kick on New Year's Day.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So the Ducks
9 a.m. Pacific?
9 a.m. Pacific.
Well, so noon out there.
Yeah, noon Eastern. All of those times on the prospective CFP schedule was all Eastern, so it is 9 a.m. Pacific if you're in the Orange Bowl, which Oregon would be.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Well, let's look at the bracket as a whole. Who do we think might win this thing? We'll get to that next on The Fan.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Redtail Golf Center's holiday sale. It's going on right now with up to 50% off all your holiday golfing needs. Redtail Golf Center, where we guarantee the lowest holiday prices. Visit us at golfredtail.com. First on the Fan, the college football playoff has been set. Oregon officially a number 5 seed facing off against 12th seeded James Madison in a first-round game down at Autzen Stadium set for Saturday, December 20th. The winner would move on to play number 4 Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl on the morning of New Year's Day. Another high to report in college football. Memphis choosing Charles Huff to be their next head man. Just 1 season spent at Southern Miss before jumping over to the Tigers. He replaces Ryan Silverfield, who left for the Arkansas job. Week 14 to the NFL wrapping up in L.A. Monday Night Football between the Chargers and Eagles. Quarterback Justin Herbert will play despite dealing with a fracture in his non-throwing hand, though Philly still a 2.5-point favorite. Kickoff at 5:15 on ESPN. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Kurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Weekdays 2 to 3. The Fan Sports Network.
The fact that I am talking right now as genuine interest. End of speech.
The Fan.
All right, welcome back, our little sports bunnies. I hope you're having a nice day. It's Isaac and Suk, that's right. So the bracket, here's the bracket. We've got 8 seed Oklahoma hosting 9 seed Alabama.
Mm-hmm. We see a rematch. I think it was, 21-23 during the regular season in Norman, where they got clipped.
Yeah, and Oklahoma beat them last year, too.
Yeah.
Oklahoma kind of has their number, so that's a really good game.
That's what we said about Georgia and Bama, too, in the SEC title game.
And then the winner of that plays Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
On that side of the bracket, Texas Tech is awaiting the winner of Oregon and the Dukes of Madison James.
Which will be Oregon.
Texas A&M is the 7 seed. They will host 10 seed Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner of that plays Ohio State. That's pretty juicy.
That's by far the best game.
Part of the bracket there.
That's the best game of the opening round.
And then you've got Georgia awaiting the winner of the 6 seed Ole Miss hosting the 11 seed Tulane.
You know we've seen that game this year, right?
Green Wave, yeah. 45-10.
Yeah.
They played already once at the venue where they're going to play this one. Yeah. And Ole Miss won 45-10.
And look, I get having...
At any rate... Go ahead.
No,
go ahead, you big stud.
I am not complaining, and I get why you have to have access, but it is a bummer. I'm not bitching, but it is a bummer when you had some good teams. See Notre Dame, see Texas. The tournament would be a lot more interesting if we had less inclusion.
Oh, yeah.
If we replaced Tulane and James Madison and we threw in Vandy or Texas and BYU, whatever, like we saw what happened when they played Texas Tech, but it's better than James Madison. But let's say Vandy, Texas, Notre Dame, 2 of those 3, and you threw that in there, that opening week would be bananas.
Well, they shot down they had that 4-4-2-2-1 model.
Yeah.
And they shot it down.
Yeah. But
wouldn't that be a lot better? Because I was looking at that today.
Yeah.
And that's 4 from the SEC, 4 guaranteed from the Big Ten, 2 from the ACC, 2 from the Big 12, and then 1 group of 5. And then 3 at-larges. It would be a 16-team field.
Yeah.
SEC would have Georgia, Ole Miss, A&M, and Alabama in, as they already do now. The Big Ten would have Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon, and USC in.
Yeah.
Because USC would get in by way of beating Michigan. Mm-hmm. Big 12 would be Texas Tech and BYU. The ACC would be... I mean, they probably wouldn't have this. This would mean that there would be no conference championship games. Yeah. So it would just be Virginia, who had the best record in the league, and then one of either Duke, Miami, Georgia Tech, Pitt, or SMU. They would have. Back then, they were considering play-ins. Yeah. So whoever they figured out would be the next 2 would play like this coming weekend for a spot in the playoff. G5 would be Tulane, and then the 3 at-larges you'd probably have play in between some sort of combination of Notre Dame, Texas, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, and Utah.
Yeah.
How much better is that? And they voted that down.
Yep. So there will continue to tweak. So last year we had to change because of what happened. We changed the way that seeding and the buys worked. My guess is this coming one, we will have some protections against 2 group of 5s. So,
well, anyway, I think this is, the first thing I want to say is I have a hard time believing, as good as Indiana is, and what a great win over Ohio State.
It's incredible.
And they're undefeated. Like, I have a really hard time believing that Indiana is going to beat Ohio State, Alabama, Texas Tech, or Oregon, and then Ohio State or Georgia.
Yeah.
All in a row. I just really have a hard time wrapping my head around that. I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, yeah. I thought Urban Meyer said something really, it was true. It was a bold statement, but it was true. And it was funny. You know, sometimes, you're thinking something and then someone says, and you're like, oh my God, the dude's in my brain. When they beat Ohio State, and I was kind of sitting on the couch watching it, I said, this is the single best thing. It was like the single best job I've ever seen in the history of college football. I always thought Bill Snyder did the greatest coaching job I've ever seen. What he did at Kansas State, but he never did this. I was just kind of sitting there and I was trying to process it. Urban Meyer on the dais said, this is the single greatest coaching job in the history of college football. And I was like, bingo.
What if he loses in the playoff?
It doesn't matter. The fact that in 2 years, Curt Cignetti took Indiana from beyond irrelevant and took it with mostly James Madison transfers and just kind of hodgepodge guys, and then this year got in the transfer portal again. They still don't recruit at an elite level. From a talent standpoint, with the exception of James Madison and Tulane, that is the least talented team of anyone in the bunch, and they have beaten Oregon and Ohio State. And so, yes, I'm with you. I do not think that over the course of this run here, week after week after week, I don't think the depth and the overall talent is enough at Indiana to actually finish this thing. But regardless of what happens, what they've done over the last 2 years is the single greatest coaching job I've ever seen in college football and should be studied. Now, if Indiana wants to be back here year after year after year, they got to start stacking some serious recruiting classes because that's just the way this works.
Well, you know the kids he brought in.
It's incredible.
He was at James Madison.
He was at James Madison.
The Dukes.
The Dukes. So, yes, I would tend to, if you asked me who's more likely to win this, and it's funny because Indiana to me proved that they were better than Oregon. They went into Autzen and they won that game. But if you asked me who is more likely to win this whole thing, I think the depth of Oregon, I think that there is a better chance that they could withstand the 4 weeks or in the 3 weeks because James Madison's whatever.
I feel like the one side of the bracket, I feel pretty confident saying it should be Ohio State and Georgia. That's the one side.
Yes.
Now, on the Oregon side of the bracket,
I
think it gets really interesting because Texas Tech, Oregon is a toss-up. Although I would lean toward Oregon there. Alabama is interesting as well. And I know that everybody's crapping on Alabama. They have not looked good for a while now. But remember what we were talking about with Ohio State last year going into this tournament. Remember they lost to Michigan. They didn't play in the conference championship game. Everybody was saying fire Ryan Day. Well, they won the whole damn thing. They came out with a firecracker shooting out their ass, and they were a buzzsaw. Alabama has that potential. I'm not saying that they will do that because they have looked quite flawed this year, but they have the talent and the coach. I think they need to get Jam Miller back. I don't know if he's going to be back or not. I don't know.
Yeah, they couldn't run the ball at all.
How long his injury was, and by the way, that the Jam Miller thing was not brought up at all. Much of the broadcast, or at least of the broadcast that I watched, or the College Football Playoff Committee didn't bring it up. I thought that was an actually big factor in why Alabama was. I mean, Georgia played great, but I mean, Jam Miller is a really good player for Alabama. He's the running back. He didn't play in the Georgia game, and they couldn't run the ball. So why does no one bring that up? At any rate, I'm not trying to defend Alabama. They have flaws, okay? But we saw this last year with Ohio State where everybody wrote them off. Be careful. That's the most talented team on that side of the bracket, right?
If they
and
get
they're
healthy.
the 9 seed. Remember, Ohio State was the 8 seed last year. So Alabama, to me, is interesting. I think on this side of the bracket, Indiana's just going to be really tough, but I think the two interesting teams are Alabama and Oregon, and I don't know how I don't think Oklahoma beats Alabama, so I'm going to go Alabama, Indiana, Texas Tech, and Oregon. I don't know which of those four comes out of that bracket. I think that is such a toss up. They're so close,
Yeah,
and that's awesome.
Yeah.
And Ohio State and Georgia, quite frankly, are so close too.
Well, I mean, and honestly, I mean, the two most talented teams, like,
are over there.
Yeah, if you're saying right now who's playing the best and who scares you,
Well, it's
I mean,
Georgia
and Ohio State. Like, I mean, Indiana. Again, I just give Indiana all the props in the world. Watching that game, if you ask me if they play that game 10 times, I think Ohio State wins 8 of them. I mean, Ohio State. One, I thought Ohio State really lacked a sense of urgency, and I wonder with and you see even after the game, no one really cared. It was kind of like, oh, yeah, all right, well, we'll see you. And for Indiana, obviously, it meant everything. They hadn't won a Big Ten title in God knows how long, since like what, the 40s or something. So you just look at Ohio State, the chump field goal, the missed 4th and 1. I mean, there were opportunities there. I just think, again, if they played that game again on a neutral field, I would still take Ohio State in that game over Indiana.
Well,
I think
they're going to be favored again.
Yes, they're going to be favored.
And it's quite possible that Oregon will be favored over Indiana again if they play.
Yeah. So, again, the idea, if you're Oregon, that 2 of the 3 teams that you kind of look at and you're like, ooh, which would be Ohio State, Georgia, and Indiana, 2 of them are on the other side, and probably the 2 best teams being Georgia and Ohio State. If you're Oregon, I think this bracket sets up really, really well for you. And it may come down to, much like Alabama, I think Alabama was without, 6 starters against Georgia, and they're saying that at least a couple of those should be back for Oklahoma. A lot of that will be Oregon. Do you get some receivers back? I do not think Oregon's offense, the way it's played the last handful of games, even with Benson and Sadiq being, big guys for them, I just think you're going to need some healthy bodies. I don't think you will beat better teams if this is your receiving core. Who's healthy, who's not? I don't know. But you got a long-ass time, and you don't need to play him against James Madison. So you got a long-ass time for those guys to get healthy and hopefully get back on the field for Texas Tech, which will be a test. Because if you thought Iowa played good defensively and Washington and Penn State kind of held your offense down, I got news for you. Texas Tech is going to be the nastiest defense you've seen.
Well, it's going to be fun, but it doesn't start until December 19th.
Yeah.
We have 11 days to wait.
I know.
The first game will be Alabama-Oklahoma on that Friday night, the 19th. The college football playoff has arrived. All right. Let's get to our stock watch, what we're buying and selling from the weekend in sports, next on The Fan.
accurate, or a bunch of hot gas. Before you buy or sell, listen close.
It's easy to grin when your ship comes in and you've got the stock market beat. But the man worthwhile is the man who can smile when his shorts aren't too tight in the seat.
Primetime Stock Watch is brought to you by 1-800-DIVORCE. When you need to take stock of your rights, 1-800-DIVORCE is on your side. Call 1-800-DIVORCE today.
All right. Got an update on ICE protests coming up next in the news. Got ICE dogs now.
Can't wait.
But here's our man Schultze. We call him the Schnitzel Wolf. And the reason we call him that is because he is German and Native American. So we thought to call him the Schnitzel Wolf.
Yeah.
I'm Jewish, too. Isn't that wacky?
Oh, well, we need to add.
No.
Mazel tov.
No, German and Jewish is a weird combo. I like the native German combo a lot better.
All right, well, let's go to our stock watch, buddy.
All right, Merry Christmas, guys. Wacky weekend. Notre Dame, we'll start there. I could not start anywhere else. They have taken their ball and gone home, going nuclear about being left out of the college football playoff. Here is athletic director Pete Bavacqua bitching about it on the Dan Patrick Show earlier today.
We were mystified by the actions of the conference to attack, their biggest really business partner in football and a member of their conference in 24 of our other sports. And I would tell you, Dan, I wouldn't be honest with you if I didn't say that they have certainly done permanent damage to the relationship between the conference and Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's Bavacqua talking about the ACC.
Mystified.
The simple fact remains, bitch, that they got beat by Miami, and they are not in a conference in football. So, guys, buy or sell, Notre Dame could solve these issues by joining a freaking conference.
Well, of course they could, but they don't want to because everyone keeps letting Notre Dame have their cake and eat it too. And look, I give credit. Notre Dame's the only brand that can stand on its own and do this, or at least has the balls to attempt it. And yet, when it benefits them, it's the greatest thing in the world. And when it doesn't go their way, no one acts like more of a bitch. And I wish that if they take their ball and go home and leave the ACC, I hope the other conferences look at them and be like, cool, man, good luck on your own. They need these other conferences more than those other conferences need Notre Dame. I mean, they act like it somehow if Notre Dame's not in the playoff, no one's watching. Trust me, dude. When Michigan and Alabama played in the Rose Bowl, like 38 million people tuned in. They're going to be fine without Notre Dame. But yes, they could solve their own problems, but no one has forced them to because people bow down to Notre Dame, and Notre Dame will often get their way. So, but yeah, they could solve it.
Yeah, very simply, yes, I would buy that. I would say, though, I am a little disappointed they're not in the field because I think they're really good.
Well, I think Vegas had them as the third best odds to win the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, there are some power rankings that had them a top 5 team.
Yeah.
But such is life.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's right. Beat Miami and Texas A&M.
But
the thing about it is they almost beat Texas A&M. I mean, they probably should have beaten Texas A&M. I mean, so this was way back in September. But if you don't remember that game, there were two things. One, there was a PI call missed on A&M, or was it called on Notre Dame, and it shouldn't have been called. I can't remember. It was a really crappy call.
Yeah.
That really hurt Notre Dame late in that game, and then
it was called on Notre Dame, and then the non-holding call was the other one.
Is that yeah? But then the other one too is that came freaking Marcel Reed, the Texas A&M quarterback. Didn't he scramble around and hit somebody in the corner of the end zone on 4th and 16 to win that game?
Something like that, yeah.
Or
it wasn't
a
to win the
conversion?
game, but to get down there.
But it's just it's unbelievable. So it came down to they call it a game of inches, and it was that. So I actually do kind of feel bad for Notre Dame, but at the same time, I don't feel bad for the. It's even if Miami got left out, there would have been a case against Miami. If Alabama got left out, there would have been a case against Alabama.
They all deserve to be in, but not everyone could get in.
Exactly.
But the idea that you have the audacity to say, how dare the ACC promote their team that's a full member and, by the way, beats you? I mean, honestly, take a look in the mirror and look at how absolutely ridiculous you sound. And again, I'd point out, Notre Dame is not making an argument that they are better than Miami because they can't. Miami beat them. Their argument is you didn't put them above us until the very end. So you're not even arguing that you deserve to be in. You're just arguing that the process was unfair to you. You're trying to get in on a technicality. You're embarrassing yourself.
Yeah, cherry on top to that one. Notre Dame was ranked after going 0-2, so maybe it started all the way back at like week 3.
Wait, what?
After going,
They were still ranked?
Yes.
After those 2 losses?
Yes.
And what hurt them is that
Isn't that stupid?
Miami lost their second game right as the first ranking came out.
Yeah.
So they were punished because they went all the way back to like 18th, and then it took them a while to kind of climb back up as both teams kept winning.
Yeah, but also to the confusion, that was an AP poll, and these are the college football playoff rankings, so maybe we just go down to 1. All right, number 2, guys, on top of the Fighting Irish bowing out of their bowl game, Iowa State, Kansas State, multiple 5 and 7 teams as well have declined invites to bowl games, which used to be what most programs were striving for at the end of the season. Here's CBS Sports' Bryant McFadden trying to offer some reason to this.
This is the new landscape of college football because it's all about playoffs. When you're in the playoffs, you have an opportunity to do what? Compete for a championship. If you're not, you're not. It's almost like postseason play. Bowl games are now like the NIT of college football. Everyone wants to be a part of March Madness. If you're not a part of March Madness, you'd rather just sit on the couch and get ready for next season because you're competing for something that is meaningless.
So, guys, feels like college football as we know it is dead. Buy or sell that universities should not be allowed to decline bowl game invites unless injuries have decimated their roster.
I mean, no. I mean, bowl games are supposed to be a reward for the players, and if you feel like your coach left and you're trying to keep your team together, and some of these teams are getting fined. I think Notre Dame's getting fined like what, $500,000, something like that. So, I mean, it stinks. I know at the end of the year, I never got to play for a national title, but the bowl games were always a cool opportunity to go hang with my buddies one last time and get to go someplace that I wouldn't normally get to go and play a team that I normally wouldn't get to play. So I have a fond memory of bowl games. I feel bad for the kids that aren't getting to go play in bowl games, but ultimately, if the teams don't want to do it and those kids decide not to do it because of the changing landscape, well, that's to each their own. I would assume that eventually some of these bowl games fall away and die, but they still do very good TV numbers. ESPN still wants them. People are still willing to sponsor them. So this is that knee-jerk reaction where we're saying, well, now all bowl games are dead and no one's going to want to play them. No, that's not true. I know BYU is very excited to play in a bowl game. They were excited to play Notre Dame, and Notre Dame opted out. But they'll find someone to go play them, and things will go on.
I will sell this. I don't think there should be a rule, but it doesn't allow it to have to do with the calendar too, because a lot of these kids are transferring.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. Part of it is
you don't know what your team looks like.
It's like you have half a team.
Yep.
And it's probably more important for the coaches to go get next year's team than it is preparing half of this team to go play in some meaningless bowl game against Georgia Tech.
Did you see Levitt didn't show up at the team?
Yeah,
banquet?
he's out. He's transferring. You're talking about Sam Levitt.
Sam Levitt.
Yeah.
So Arizona State has already lost their best offensive lineman, their best corner, and their quarterback. And their quarterback was a team captain, didn't even show up at the team banquet.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, the way I read that was, to be fair to Levitt, the way I read that was Dillingham knew he was transferring in,
yes.
And he said, do not. Dillingham was not all that, would be the word. His quote was, yeah.
Not happy.
Yeah, he was pissed. And so I think they may have said, Sam, you can pound sand. At any rate, I don't know. I don't know the behind-the-scenes story there, but Sam Levitt has announced he is going to enter the portal, and he should. He's going to garner. Well, I don't mean he should, but he's going to get a lot of money if he transfers because he's going to be like one of the top quarterbacks out there. So, Florida State, Auburn, Central Florida, Baylor, Kansas, Rutgers, Temple, Kansas State, Iowa State, Notre Dame have all opted out of playing in a bowl game this year.
All right, guys, let's finish it out in Penn State. Athletic Director Pat Kraft caught saying some very disparaging things about Oregon and other top-tier programs in college football last week. Today, he apologized.
What I will tell you about that is that I'm embarrassed. I apologize to anyone that I may have offended with that video that leaked. Personally, it's been challenging for me, but I am very passionate about Penn State, and it was
yeah, no kidding.
9 or 10 football players that asked me to come in and sit down, and we had an open and honest discussion.
Whatever you think about that recording, y'all, the fact remains that Pennsylvania is an all-party consent state, right? So everybody must know that a recording is being made. Unlike here in Oregon, you could record me without my knowledge, not so in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Do you buy or sell, guys, that the person that recorded and leaked the audio should be fired or kicked off the team? Buy or sell?
Yeah,
100%. I just think
it's a crime.
Yeah, it's a crime, and more important, it's such Bush League stuff. I feel this way when players like this happened, like Antonio Brown did this to Mike Tomlin in a locker room. What's said in a locker room, what's said in a team meeting, especially a meeting that the players called, one of those 8 players went in there to film that, basically to F over their AD, and that there's just no place. I take that stuff seriously. And I feel that way about work. If you go in and talk to your boss one-on-one, you go in and talk to a colleague one-on-one, and that person is recording you to hoop you over,
That's rough.
I think that person is scum.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think you gotta bag them.
Yeah.
That said, I cannot believe, because I didn't get to talk about this on Friday, that is some juicy audio. If you don't know what we're talking about, that Penn State AD, the private meeting with players, if you haven't heard it, go listen to it. I've been the one saying that ADs are kind of a bunch of out-of-touch goobers.
Yeah.
They all seem like Scott Barnes-y, kind of just aren't qualified to do any of this, but they do it anyway because that's just their position.
Yeah.
And he's another one, and so I shouldn't be surprised, but I really am stunned that a man who is supposed to be a leader, a high-up leader, not just a coach. He's not, he talks like a coach, but he's not a coach. He's the freaking head of the athletic department. I am stunned that a guy like that talks like that, even behind closed doors. Like, dude, that's unbelievable to me.
To your players.
These guys are such boobs.
I wonder if he was trying to be all edgy and relate to his players. Like, hey, hello, fellow kids. Let's get in here and talk about Oregon.
How is that guy the leader of Penn State's athletic department? Like, maybe that's your problem, Penn State, not James Franklin. Good grief.
Yeah, valid point.
All right. There is your Stock Watch. It is brought to you each week by Goldberg Jones. When it comes to divorce, custody, or child support issues, trust Goldberg Jones to help. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Phone questions answered at no charge. In the news is next, we have Ice Dogs.
I don't know what that means, but let's go.
Next, here's Schultze.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, the college football playoff has been set. Oregon officially a number 5 seed. They'll be taking on number 12 seed James Madison in a first-round game down at Autzen Stadium on Saturday, December 20th. The winner slated to play number 4 Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl on New Year's Day. Some late-breaking news in college football. The Heisman Trophy finalists just announced about half an hour ago. Indiana's Fernando Mendoza, Vanderbilt's Diego Pavia, Ohio State's Julian Sand, as well as Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, will all be headed to New York. The winner will be announced on Saturday. Week 14 of NFL action wrapping up with Monday Night Football between the Chargers and Eagles here in about 40 minutes. Justin Herbert will play for the Chargers despite dealing with a non-throwing hand fracture. Philly a 2.5-point favorite. Kickoff at 5:15 on ABC and ESPN. And some very bad news for the Indianapolis Colts. Daniel Jones out the rest of the season after suffering a torn Achilles tendon against the Jaguars. Multiple reports say the team plans to work out 44-year-old retired quarterback Phillip Rivers tomorrow, see if they can add him to the practice squad. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schultze from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network, This is Primetime with Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
We were talking about the worst Christmas songs, and I believe it to be that stupid Paul McCartney song.
Esquire agreed with you, by the way.
What's that song called?
Simply having a
Simply,
wonderful
I think it's just
because
called
those are
Wonderful
the
Christmas
only words of the whole stupid song.
Well, there's a couple lines at the beginning.
That song's terrible. But then you brought up this Tiny Tim, Santa Claus Has the AIDS
Yes.
song. Well, here it is.
No. The nurses all look sad, 'cause Santa's got it bad. Santa Claus has got the AIDS this year.
Wow, this is awful.
I won't be here this year. I'm sick. But next year, 12 months to wait, and then...
You want to think your worst Christmas song of all time?
Well, I've never heard this.
Yeah, this is tops for me. This beats Christmas Shoes by a mile.
He's got the AIDS.
Wow. I mean, it's not like there's no
Tiny Tim.
swears.
Well,
But-
Tiny Tim doesn't count. I've never understood Tiny Tim.
What?
Why was he a thing?
What is he?
Well, he's the guy
Well,
that's
he's
saying
dead,
about
but-
how Santa's got the AIDS. Reminds me of like Frank Reynolds. AIDS, I got the AIDS. Who would have thought you could make a Christmas song out of that?
It is December 8, 2025. It is time now for It Is. I'm your other newsman. Hello, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please be seated. And all rise. Court is in session. I was at the courthouse on Friday. I have to report.
Yeah. Big things were happening.
Big things were happening, and I was standing outside a courtroom where a big trial was going on.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, dude.
I've been down there to that courthouse. You're like there for like other reasons, and
Yeah.
you see like some big
Cool
stuff going.
stuff.
Yeah, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, there was forensics was on the scene. There were people on the testifying. There's a big group in the audience and stuff. And the judge. So there are two doors. There's double doors leading into a foyer, which then leads into the courtroom. But if you look through the glass of the double doors that I was outside of, you can look through the glass of the double doors going into the courtroom, and it looked like an intense situation. And I got to tell you, that judge sitting up on that bench, he was staring me down.
Oh.
He was like, "Who the hell are you, and why are you looking into my courtroom?"
The judge is very intimidating.
Dude, I got to tell you, it's one of the cooler things. If you've never been into a real live courtroom where the judge is up on the bench, it's pretty badass.
I told you, I've told the story that like a year or two ago, someone asked me to come like be moral support, and it was a rape trial. It was very intense. And I was sitting in there, and there was like in the one in downtown Vancouver, there's a big pillar, right kind of in the middle of the courtroom. And it was weird because I couldn't really see. So I found myself kind of leaning around the pillar, and I too felt that the judge was eyeballing me. And she was hot. So I had a whole weird range of emotions. It was a serious trial. The pillar, I was trying to see. I thought the judge was like mean mugging me. I was kind of turned on by the judge. A lot of things happened.
She was watching you.
Yeah, I felt
she wasn't turned on by you.
No.
She was watching you.
Yeah. Well, I understand that
Her courtroom.
For her, probably all she ever saw was like the side of my head peeking around the pillar. It was probably like, who's this guy creeping? I was just trying to see what was going on. I'd never been in a big trial before.
Can you name anyone who's more in command of a room than a judge on a bench?
Dude, they own it up there.
They absolutely own it. Everything.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do anything in there,
And
and
they
they can do whatever they want.
And they sit super high up in the robe and the gavel.
Yep. They're like, shut up!
She was wearing those
Order in the court!
She had those readers on, so those were kind of hot.
Yeah. Anyway, this judge was staring me down.
It's intimidating.
And I've stared right back at him.
Really?
I'm like, what are you
You
gonna
went
do?
toe to toe. You're like, what's up?
Well, you
bitch?
gonna get out? You gonna just end your trial and go kick me out?
Nobody can look in the courtroom. Yeah, you only control the courtroom, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
This is my turf. This is my turf out here.
Main justice up in here. Still one of the best Saturday Night Live sketches of all time. Look it up.
It is National Christmas Tree Day.
Oh, I love a good Christmas tree.
By the way, quick Odyssey.
Did we figure out what
Odyssey Christmas tree update.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We were reporting to you that Odyssey, in classic Odyssey fashion, we do have a Christmas tree here, but it's like leaning. It's undecorated and it's like leaning up against a
It's
wall.
not even in
An
water.
Odyssey station.
It is in water. There is a
What?
there's a, what do you call it?
A little stand, a little tree
Yeah,
stand.
there is a stand.
Then why is it leaning?
I don't.
Because they didn't put it in the damn stand correctly, which is also very
An
odd.
Odyssey
So
station.
they put it in a stand and then just leaned it against a wall, but didn't actually.
That appears to be the case.
I'll be damned.
But there needs
Okay.
to be some more investigating.
All right.
I'll tell you what, if that were what I did with a tree at the house, my wife would be like,
You can't be doing that.
You did not complete the project, honey.
Well, the whole point, once you get the tree in, the verticality of the tree is everything.
Exactly.
I mean, it's got. What are you doing if you got a crooked tree?
Residents near the ICE building are now suing the feds.
What are we doing? What's happening now?
Well, there is a building right across the street that appears to be named Gray's Landing.
Oh, is this the apartment or is this that
Yeah.
weird, sketchy auto body place over there?
No. It's people live there.
Okay, so yeah, because there's.
I used to take my Audi over to that auto body place.
Did you?
They were fantastic.
Oh, I always thought there was some sort of nefarious activity going on.
Well,
over
they're probably. Oh, you're talking about that on that side. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Like
But
a
on
cash-only type of place.
On the other side of that,
Yeah, there's an
is
odd.
a-
Yeah,
yeah.
But there's a place right across the street. At least it was for years and years when we worked over there.
Yeah.
There was a
There's a chop shop.
There was an antique store that was never open, and then an auto body store that I'm convinced was out of John Wick, and things were happening.
There's no question.
No.
And then some lady moved to like a boutique antique store in there.
Yeah.
Lasted like 6 days.
Yeah.
She left, and I don't know what it is now. We're out of there.
No.
Even we're out of there.
We're gone. We're like out.
Yes, the owners and some residents of an apartment complex next to the ICE building filed a lawsuit against the federal government. The landlord of the building, Gray's Landing, along with 7 of its residents, filed a suit Friday seeking to stop the use of chemical munitions by federal agents near the building.
I'm sure it's probably not great if you're like walking your dog and you got tear gas flying.
Now, we used to hate this building.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't. Should I?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
We used to
okay.
hate this building
Yeah.
because, you know, for those that don't know, our office used to be down.
Like
This is why
right next door to the ice building.
This is why we're talking about
Yeah,
it.
we shared a fence.
Our office was right there. Yeah, we did share a fence with their. Well, no, we didn't. We shared a fence with the school and the storage.
Oh yeah, I guess
And
that's
then the
true.
ice building was on the other side of
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
you could hit a 8-iron to the ice
Yeah.
facility from our, which we probably should have done. But
Not
this
me.
building,
I respect authority.
we hated these people because it was a low income place. And look, I'm not. This is not an indictment on low income places, but I got to tell you, if as they do this whole low income versus and they mix it all in, it can be like the cops were always there. There's always an ambulance there.
Always.
There was dookie all over the sidewalk. It was there's smoke. It was awful over there. They have 200 low-income seniors, veterans, families, and people with disabilities in that building. But they are saying that the use of tear gas, smoke grenades, and other chemical munitions are seeping into the residents' apartments. And some people are even coughing uncontrollably. So
Well-
they filed suit.
I have no idea if any of that is true, but
Why are you coughing?
no, I just had a cough. There was no. That wasn't one of those.
That
like,
didn't mean something?
no, that
I
meant
felt like that was a...
Nope.
That was a shot.
Nope. Look, whether or not this lawsuit is legit, I don't know. But
I'd have filed it too.
yeah, like
I'm in.
I would not want people shooting tear gas in front of me.
Maybe we could have gotten some money if...
Yeah, we're over there like, my eye.
Ah.
But am I putting it past anyone over there that's using this to maybe make a cheap buck? Maybe not. I was rear-ended by a resident over there once who proceeded to give me the fakest information known to man, but I still know where you live.
Yeah, but did you do anything about it?
Yes!
Oh, all right.
I watched you go into your apartment, yet you felt the need to give me fake information. Wasn't that hard to track you down? I just saying.
Well, it was worth a shot.
My experience, some of those people, not all of them.
Not all, but yeah, it was a mess over there.
It
It
was
really
interesting,
was. It's just personal experience. It's like, it's just telling the truth, okay?
It's a weird intersection over there.
God, it's weird.
But if you need a car without a VIN number, that place may be able to help you.
Now we have ice dogs. We'll get to that coming up next on The Fan.
This is the Fan's Window into Sports, a view into today's top stories. Brought to you by Window Nation. Online at windownation.com.
That is Will Hardy of the Utah Jazz. He's the coach. And he basically just said, I am tired of your bullcrap. Play harder. And even NBA coaches
hate the NBA.
Hate the NBA.
The Jazz currently with an 8-15 record. Maybe you should try,
Hey, they're right on the Blazers' heels, though.
The 9-15 Portland Trail Blazers.
Watch out. Hey, I got big Blazer news coming up later.
You do?
Did you see the big Blazer news over the weekend? Had nothing to do with their team.
Big Blazer news.
Well, I mean, it did, but I just mean not on the court.
I don't know if I saw this thing.
All right. Well, that's coming up later.
Okay.
Window Nation this month, 50% off all window styles, 0% financing for 5 years. Schedule your consultation at windownation.com.
Dirt and spray. Dirt. FM and 1080 AM.
Now, this is a Christmas song. Right here.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not making any sort of list for me.
I think it's on my list.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know about top 5, maybe top 10.
Yeah. I like my Christmas Carol to have a big booming sort of quality. I like the big voice. You know, your Hark the Heralds and
your old Andy Williams type of
like
Johnny Mathis.
Give me something that the Celtic women are going to belt out. And now you've got My Christmas Pants a little tight. And then if not, give me more of an upbeat, with some jingly.
Merry Christmas, bitch.
There you go. Give me a rocking around a tree.
It is December 8th, 2025.
You are correct.
This is in the news here on the Fan. Hello, thank you. More ice news. This from Vancouver, your bird.
What?
Vancouver,
We have
Washington.
ice over there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're everywhere, man.
I'm not familiar with the Vancouver ice. I don't see
Well,
them
I don't
out
know
and
if they
about.
have like
a building.
Yeah, I just know that they're out there.
Yeah.
And they're out there with their doggies.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't see this?
No, I have not seen this. They got the rocket sausages out there.
U.S. Senator Patty Murray condemned the current federal government administration as she alleged Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which is ICE, officers released an attack dog on one of her constituents.
Oh, well, that's not good.
On November 14th, Wilmer Toledo Martinez was lured out of his home in Vancouver before he was violently attacked and dragged away. The senator said Toledo Martinez was attacked despite not resisting arrest or attempting to flee. His wife and 2 young children witnessed the attack. A good friend of his watched the situation unfold outside of their apartment complex. His name is John. He said, they sicked the dog on him and had him on the ground, hitting him.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is just one side of the story.
I said, wait till it. Don't we have body cameras of everything now? The only
well, there is video of this, by the way.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
But
there's not video of the dog attack. You can just see his scratch. There's video of the guy holding the dog back at the scene, and this Martinez guy laying on the ground.
Yeah.
And then later you can see the dog scratches on the back of the guy.
Look, I have no idea what happened here. I don't know all the ins and outs. The only part about this, well, it's not the only part. The biggest part that just scares the living daylights out of me is no one has any idea. It's just plainclothes people. No one gives any sort of identification on who you are. Now there are stories out there about people pretending to be ICE agents. Like, the idea that you can just be, like, walking down the street and 4 dudes with masks and, like, a tactical vest can jump on you, throw you into a van, and the family has no idea where that person's been taken to. It's not a Miranda thing. Like, it's that stuff just that just seems a bridge too far for anybody.
So now the government is saying they don't have ICE dogs. Apparently, these dudes
brought their own?
Claimed they were from Homeland Security. They claim to be federal agents from Homeland Security.
See, that's my point, is no one knows.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
What happened to the, I understand, if you're being arrested, but don't you get to at least know who's arresting you and where you're going? And
usually, if a cop is arresting you, you are allowed to get his badge number. You're allowed to get their name. They're supposed to be marked as a police officer. Even unmarked police cars have police officers wearing uniforms in them.
So we don't know who actually had the dog attack this person?
They are saying they were federal agents from Homeland Security. They said they were going to take him to the ICE facility in Portland. And he was apparently, they're also saying he was denied medical attention for quite some time. There are no body cameras. After being mauled, he was denied medical care for hours, eventually receiving stitches and medication at the hospital. However, he reported difficulties in obtaining adequate medical care during his detention. He is undocumented. He was brought to the U.S. at age 15. He is married to a U.S. citizen, and he has 3 U.S.-born children.
Yikes.
Yeah, so that's a wild one.
Yeah, there's just some bad beats going on out there. But again, that is so far above anything.
Well, there was another story in Vancouver where a guy was run over.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That
yeah,
one?
his legs.
Yeah,
right?
they ran him over.
The lack of seemingly procedure and due process, I just don't get that. Again, I am waiting. Unfortunately, someone is going to shoot someone. You are going to get a thing where someone is going to be all Second Amendment guy, and someone's going to jump out of, the idea that I'm walking down the street and because I look a certain way, someone can literally jump out, not identify themselves, and grab me. It's only a matter of time before something really, really bad happens here with the lack of transparency that's going on. It just makes no sense to me, but, who the hell am I?
Freaking Biden. Schultz.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I just don't get it, man.
Damn. Freaking Biden. All right, guys. That is in the news. For December 8, 2025. Brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Up next, got a few headlines, a lot of stories. I told you I got some Blazer news.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the big Blazer news?
I see. Again, this is where you.
I mean, it's not.
It's
big.
not big.
I would
news.
say it's big news.
You think so?
I think it is an indicator of the future of the Blazers, or
Yeah,
lack
okay.
thereof in one spot.
Oh.
How about that team?
How about that? Did you just sing like Eddie Vedder?
That wasn't really Eddie Vedder. Don't confuse anything I've ever done with Eddie Vedder.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't know what that was.
What was that?
Couldn't tell you.
Rocco! Oh, Rocco! Oh.
Chelsea doesn't like the blacks. That's true.
All right, we better take a break fast.
Schulte said it, not me.
Or else we're going to be screwedy overed.
Kind of got screwedy overed.
So we got a few headlines coming up here. The Heisman finalists. There is a little bit of Blazer news. And guess who's back? Coming up next on The Fan.
We all
.51 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, Week 14 of the NFL wrapping up in Los Angeles here in just about 15 minutes or so with Monday Night Football, with the Chargers hosting the Eagles. Quarterback Justin Herbert is in action despite a fractured non-throwing hand. Looks like he's going to wear a pad to protect it. Philly still a 2.5-point favorite. Kickoff set for 5:15 on ABC and ESPN. Some bad news made official for the Colts today. Quarterback Daniel Jones going to miss the rest of the season after suffering a torn Achilles against the Jaguars. Backup Riley Leonard may not be ready either because of some knee trouble against the Seattle Seahawks this weekend. and that means that the Colts might have to turn to a retired quarterback. Multiple reports saying the team is working out 44-year-old Phillip Rivers tomorrow to see if they can add him to the practice squad. And the college football playoffs set, Oregon officially a 5 seed facing off against 12 seed James Madison in a first-round game at Autzen Stadium on Saturday, December 20th. The winner moves on to face off against number 4 Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Kurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evening.
All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Monday. It is your sportsman. My name is Isaac. Hello. Big Sook's right over there.
Ready.
Oh, dude.
And the Schnitzel Wolf is in on the 1s and 2s.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, you too, bitch.
Appreciate you, bitch.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
No, and
maybe.
you celebrate Christmas in a non-bitchy, happy
I'm stringing lights tonight.
way.
I got some more lights.
Already did it.
Well, I did too, but I looked at it and I was like, you know what?
Not enough.
I need more.
You think we need one more?
I'm in the spirit, man.
I love it, man.
I'm ready to go.
Let's go.
I put more up in the house last night, too. So, like, we
Yeah,
have some on our
attaboy.
mantle now.
Yes.
Yeah.
My wife bought these 2 little weirdo Christmas trees that are small little things.
Sure.
That we lit up today. Like it's on, baby. It's on, baby. Let's
love it.
go.
I love you getting into the holiday spirit.
Christmas
Let's do
is
it.
great. So yeah, got some sports talk coming up here. We've got to get into college football championship weekend with Fernando Mendoza.
Yep. Given one of the more unique interviews we've ever seen.
Hey,
But
glory to God.
hey, balls of steel.
Glory to God.
Dude, that throw down the sideline, dude, that's big time stuff right there.
Coming up tonight in the club, we have some new merch for you. And how many Americans know this will cease to exist?
7.
Oh, man.
Soon to be more.
That's our final hour, 6 to 7. What else was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you something.
Couldn't help you with that one.
Well, I got some headlines here.
Okay. Rapid fire.
There's a lot going on. Yeah, we've got the Ducks game set. They're playing on the 20th, so it's not this weekend. For those of you thinking that the college football playoff would be this weekend, that would be way, way too convenient.
Yeah.
No. It's not until next weekend. So they play on the 20th at Autzen against James Madison.
Yeah, and that's the only downside of this.
They are 21-point favorites.
The idea
The Ducks.
The idea that you were going to get a home playoff game at Autzen Stadium is just phenomenal. But at one point, we were talking about Alabama coming, Notre Dame, and no offense to James Madison, but
offense.
Is there a single player on James Madison that would sniff the field at Oregon? My guess is probably not.
Well, the one thing is, Signetti brought all his bros over to Indiana. Well, he brought a bunch of guys from James Madison to Indiana.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and they're really good. They've only lost one game, and Bob Chesney's already got another job. He's their coach. He's moving on to
UCLA.
Yeah. And so a lot of people rave about him. So, I mean, I don't know. There's probably one or two, don't you think? Maybe one? There's got to be.
Maybe. I don't know if anyone starts. They might see the field. I mean, literally, any player on Oregon would be the best player on James Madison. And 21, I'll tell you what, I'll lay the points. I mean, we saw James Madison, they beat Washington State, and I watched some of that. And to be fair, that's the only time I've watched James Madison, and I still don't know how Washington State lost that game. But they beat Washington State, I think, 20-24, and then so they won that, and then the other game they lost, or the only game they lost, was Louisville.
Yeah, they lost by 14.
And I was going to say, it wasn't completely an ass-kicking, but make no mistake about it. There's a reason they're 20-point underdogs, and
21.
You take Oregon and you lay the points.
So the kickoff will be at 4:30 on the 20th, Saturday the 20th.
That's the only downside, and you can't complain. The place is going to be rocking, home playoff game. And I think it sets up so well for you because it's a game that you get a tune-up, right? You get the 3 weeks off. You didn't play in the Big Ten title game. You get a chance to get healthy. And to be honest with you, none of those receivers need to play in this game, but if a couple of them can go back, it means that your first action won't be against Texas Tech. This is like an old man easing into a bath. It's a warm-up game to knock off the rust, and then you're going to get Texas Tech, who will have had the long layoff, and I think there's some value that we saw last year in that.
Well, Lanning did say that he is going to mix some things up. This will be, will it be like, when's the last time they played?
Washington.
And what was the date?
I think it's 21 days. I think last year it was 24, 25, and this
after
one
Thanksgiving.
And this one will be 20, I believe 21
so
days.
So it's 3 weeks.
Yes.
And that's a long layoff, but Lanning said that he's going to switch some things up based on the rust that they had last year.
Yeah, he said they're not going to talk about it, but he said he learned some things, and absolutely. I just think this is a nice setup. Given the idea that had Texas Tech lost, I think there's a good chance Oregon could have been the 4 seed. I think a lot of Duck fans would prefer this, be in the 5, getting to play James Madison, the tune-up, and then Texas Tech being the second round game for you.
We have the Heisman finalists. The Heisman Trophy will be presented this weekend in New York City.
And one man only is going to win it, but a couple people
Fernando Mendoza will be there.
Yes.
Diego Pavia will be there.
Yeah.
And I believe that Diego Pavia is evil Fernando Mendoza.
Yes, like in the upside down world. Yes, because Mendoza is like the friendliest, all glory to God, Jesus, and he smiles all the time, whereas Pavia, like if there was an evil twin that had a mustache and a gold chain, it would be him.
Julian Sayin, and then is it Jeremiah Love?
Yes, the running back from Notre Dame.
Running back from Notre Dame.
Now, if you're picking the best player, it's Love, but he won't win. This is Mendoza's award. And I don't think it's going to be close.
Yeah, getting tired of that.
Tired of what?
Tired of just handing it to a quarterback. If the running back is better than the quarterback, then give it to the damn running back.
Jeremiah Love, and you won't get to see him because they're not in the playoff, but if you want to talk about the 1 or 2 best players in college football on offense at least, Jeremiah Love is one of them, and Jeremiah Smith, the Ohio State receiver, is probably the other.
Yeah, and yet neither one of them will be.
Neither are, Love's there, but neither are going to win it. The under-the-radar story of the weekend comes to us from Blazerland, Jace.
Blazers.
You're not following your hometown team's news, and I'm very disappointed in you.
I'm legitimately
I'm very disappointed in you.
If this is something dumb about the remix, I'm going to throw my phone at you.
The remix?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, the remix, like they announced like some TV games for them. I remember seeing that.
Did you see like their remix game with Young Hansen in it was like the most watched NBA product game in like years?
They started Young Hansen the other night.
He started the other night.
And look,
that guy is so bad.
I am not ready to throw. I mean,
you should be.
He is so young.
You should be ready to throw.
Oh my God. He is so slow and flat-footed.
That dude's out of the league in
But
3
he
years.
can pass.
The idea that people were trying to make that a thing, wow.
Yeah.
But anywho.
Wow is right.
Continue.
Wow.
I agree. Okay, so the under-the-radar story of the weekend pertaining to your Portland Trail Blazers is... If you didn't see it. Sounds like Schultz saw it.
I did.
Chance sold his house.
Big news, baby.
Really?
He's out.
That's the big news?
Yeah.
Oh my, I hate you.
Don't hate me.
That's so stupid.
Why is that stupid
Yeah,
news?
why is that stupid? Don't be a bitch. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. That's big news.
That's
Chance
big-
is out.
That's big news?
Yes, and the family's out.
He was he's under federal indictment.
Why?
Did you think he was coming back?
Well, no. But
Did you really
not.
you really thought he was going to merge and be like, "Ha ha!
No.
I'm back." And the NBA and the Blazers are going to be like, "You know what? Don't worry, Chauncey, your job's waiting for you."
Well,
Really?
he does claim he did nothing wrong.
Well, he's a man of integrity and he's a man of
Well,
increase.
there you go.
Clearly.
But yeah, the house sold, bro.
Well, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Bye.
Why? You hate Chance now?
No, but the idea that
Come on, man.
how dumb can you be to sabotage your own life? So good luck to you.
It's actually pretty neat.
I think it's just the guarantee now. Like we didn't know. Oh my
Really?
gosh,
We
is
didn't
he
know?
going to- well,
We weren't aware of that? You really think the NBA was going
Schultzy.
to...
You idiot!
I am an idiot. You know what? We weren't waiting for the final shoe to drop or anything. That's not what this represents. Good Lord.
Let me just tell you something.
Schultze's pissed.
When you're a sitting
best I
NBA
can
coach
and let
or
the
an
chips fall
NBA
where they
player,
may.
and the
Whoa.
FBI follows you for a week and then
Well,
shows
listen.
up at your door.
Okay, but hold on.
That's the end.
Hey, I'm with Schultze. Nobody knew he was going to sell his house this fast.
Hey, you think someone got a good deal on that? Or
No,
Oh,
it sold
guarantee.
for more
Oh, it
than
did?
Yeah, it was. So
How
he
much?
bought it for 3.9 days after he was announced as Blazers coach back
Yeah.
in 21.
Yeah, yeah.
4.2375.
he's going to need those court costs. Good
So
for him.
4.2.
Hey,
So where is it?
it's a tidy
Was he in
little-
Lake-O?
Yes. Yeah, his Lake Oswego home. Let's see here. There's a couple.
Is it right on the lake?
No, it's not. It was built in 2002. This 7,300 square foot home sits on 1.74 acres of Forest Highlands neighborhood. And yeah, purchased shortly after Chauncey arrived.
Who do you think bought it?
I wonder.
And
The
do you think
Blazers.
they know?
Well, a lot of times players struggle to sell their homes. Like, so I think it was like someone was like Dame was trying to get like someone to buy his house. Like they usually sell them to other players.
Well, Tumani Kamara just signed an extension. Maybe he bought it. Maybe
Yeah,
Shaden
maybe.
bought
Didn't
it.
Scottie Pippen famously have his home here for years and years and years and could
Yeah.
never sell it?
Jordan's home was on the market in Chicago for like 30 years.
I remember Juan Dixon when he was a Blazer. He just rented his house to like Blazers like Greg Oden,
Yeah.
who played on the team after him, because it was just such a hard sell. So.
Well, it's the dumb. Like DeAndre Ayton bought like the most expensive home in Clark County. He actually bought a home on the Vancouver waterfront.
Right on the water.
I'm going to go to that lake.
And then like you leave here, and I don't know if anyone told you, but not a lot of people in Vancouver in the market for like a $9 million house. You might find that hard to sell. Just saying. Maybe rent.
Hee Magic Johnson.
Well, thank
Well-
you for that breaking
Well,
news.
thanks for pooping all over the biggest news of the weekend. Chauncey is out.
Read the tea leaves, Suk.
Chauncey is out. Man, I really thought he was going to go back to that lake.
Well, they need him. Their new coach sucks.
I thought he was the
that guy
answer.
sucks. Who's that guy? Tiago whatever.
Tiago Splitter.
Tiago, let's go ahead and split.
Tiago, I got posterized by LeBron James Splitter. That is what I'm most.
I
known
just
for.
could not believe how bad Young Hansen looked. I was like,
You couldn't believe that?
well,
Even my dad saw that.
it is rough.
And he doesn't watch the NBA, but he was like, he lives in Oregon now, so
Yeah.
he turned him on. He's like, the Blazers are on. He told me this the other day. He's
Yeah.
like, the Blazers are on the other night. They started that big old Chinese guy.
Yeah.
He goes, Isaac, oh my God.
Well, I had seen him play in some of the preseason stuff, and like I could see like there was like some. And look, it's one game, but boy, that was a rough outing.
I mean, to the Blazers' last 3 draft picks, they haven't really been that great.
Who's the other two?
Scoot.
Oh, you're talking about Scoot Sharp and
No, Sharp was before Scoot.
Yeah.
Sharp's whatever.
well, who's in between?
Donovan freaking Clingan.
Clingan.
Oh,
and is he
Clingan.
good?
Yeah.
Sometimes, but he can only play 25 minutes a game, and he has arms the size of my wrist.
Yeah, he needs to hit the weight room. Again, did you notice my, you've been watching the Zers? You've been notice my point about their flabby arms? None of them are in shape. Not one of them, except for Kamara.
I love that. That's still the hottest take. Is Rob thinks the Blazers have flabby
Listen,
arms minus Kamara. which I love.
Somebody has courage to actually watch the Blazers and do some commentary. Unlike you little homer.
get in that weight room, boys. Get in that weight room.
That's right. You guys are embarrassing. You go look at the other teams out there. They're all ripped, dunking on your ass.
Oh, the Blazers are
You
still
throw out
young.
some Chinese guy who's like, I mean, what is happening?
Hey,
Is this a bit?
It's the big tariff. Get on board. At one point, he was going to be the savior of this franchise. Still the draft, pulling a sting coming out of the rafters.
All right, there's your headlines. Coming up next, let's get to college football championship weekend, the Fernando Mendoza edition on the Fan. Okay, we got Monday Night Football underway.
We have Monsters, Inc. Monday Night Football.
My Chargers, your Eagles. It is 0-0.
Yeah. Herbert playing with the busted hand.
Riveting matchup.
The brace on there.
Oh, Marion.
You watching the Monsters, Inc. version?
I flipped over to it.
What does that mean?
They're doing the alternate broadcast where they're...
Like the Toy Story one.
The Toy Story one,
Like
but this time it's Monsters, Inc., so... Are you not familiar with Monsters, Inc.?
No.
It's all digitalized
Oh, he busted it.
versions of the players. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's the movie, the Disney Pixar movie, Monsters, Inc., so they all are little animated characters and...
Cute. Marion Hampton's back,
Yeah.
although that wasn't him that just broke one for the Chargers. I don't know who that guy is. Who's that guy?
I didn't see him on the Monsters, Inc. broadcast.
Why are they not showing the game?
I don't know. Like...
That's a problem.
It does seem a little problematic at this
Yeah,
stage.
they busted out about a 70-yard little screen pass to the
Vidal.
backup. Yeah, who is that guy? Never heard of him.
Kabani Vidal.
Who dat?
Who dis?
Number 30 for the Chargers.
New phone.
New
Who
phone.
dis?
Who dis?
He's a backup running back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, championship weekend was, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I thought Indiana Ohio State was I mean, think about it. The SEC was boring. Alabama got blown out. BYU looked beyond uncompetitive, just like they did in the first matchup. The ACC game ended up being fun, right? I mean, it was crappy because both teams suck, but it ended up being somewhat competitive. But the Ohio State-Indiana game was everything that you could want. That was two heavyweights slugging it out, and it was really cool to see Indiana win that. And to say that it didn't matter, and yes, to Ohio State it probably didn't. I thought there was a lack of urgency on the part of Ohio State. Even after the game, it was kind of like, all right, well, we'll see you guys. Like they're going to be fine. But to see what it meant to Indiana to win their first Big Ten title, I think since like the 1940s or whatever, that was awesome. And to see what Cignetti has done, that is as good a story in college football as I have ever seen in my entire life. And as Urban Meyer said, he called it the greatest coaching job in the history of college football, and I can't disagree.
Yeah, it's hard to wrap your head around Cignetti.
Yes.
Like it's one of one.
You're not supposed to be able to do that.
No.
Not at this level. And last year,
James Madison.
From James Madison to come here, and it wasn't like he was some young upstart coach, and he came in immediately and was like, I win, Google me. They come in, they get the college football playoff, but the two elite teams that they played last year, they got bullied against. And so they come back this year, hit the transfer portal again. I think they were like 15th, by the way, in the Big Ten in recruiting in the last 2 years. It's not like they're bringing in a bunch of high school talent. And the idea was, I didn't believe in them. I was like, all right, you did it 1 year, but you got exposed. You'll get exposed again. And not only did they go perfect, but they went on the road and beat Oregon, who's a legit national title contending team. And then they just got done taking down the defending national champions, the number one team in the country. Like this doesn't happen. If you wrote this in a Disney movie starring, who is it? Is it Dennis Quaid that does all of these? Or like Kevin Costner as Kurt Cignetti? We'd all make fun of it. And yet here we are living it out. And if they manage to win the whole thing, I don't think they will. That will be a all-timer. Outside of maybe the Miracle on Ice, this will be the greatest like upset underdog thing in my lifetime.
So I thought perhaps Fernando Mendoza was doing a bit.
No,
after the game.
No, that's him.
If you didn't, do you have that in there, Schultze? Do you have Mendoza's post game in there?
I don't think so. I can go find it though.
Yeah, you probably won't get the same feel on the radio because you had to see his face. But
and can I say this in the most polite way?
No.
Okay. Then I don't want
Request
it to come.
denied.
I don't want it to come across as rude.
Uh-oh.
His face is it's odd. I don't know what.
Well, he's got a. He's very hard to explain. He's got a Kirk Cousins vibe to him, first of all. Like, he's very wholesome.
Yes.
He's a glory to God guy. We're getting a lot of glory to God these days.
Yes. God is playing a huge role in football.
With Mendoza, though, he's a little. It's almost like he's laying it on too thick. Like he's trying a little too hard when the lights are on, the camera's on. Just because he's just overdoes the happy, joy, you know?
Yeah, there's something, and he's got a very angular face. Like his face is the shape of a rhombus. So in his helmet even, it looks like the cartoon Joker's coming at you. But he's a hell of a player. And it was a very intense interview. But by the way, this is him because after Cal, when he had the big win against Cal from last year, he had the same thing about his teammates, and so this is who he is.
You mean the big win by Cal?
By
he
Cal,
came
yes.
from Cal.
He came from Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won their last game of the year last year, and he did the whole brothers thing in God. So this is him.
I thought he was dead after the first play.
Yeah.
When he got rocked.
Ooh.
His shoulder got rocked.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, the game's over. Because the other Mendoza was going to come in.
Yeah, his brother.
Apparently he's not as good.
No, he just got the wind knocked out of him.
But dude, Fernando Mendoza, for those that hadn't seen him play, and probably many people hadn't, he is legit.
Yep.
And that's probably the number one pick in the draft right there.
Certainly going to be in contention for it, and he's your Heisman Trophy winner.
So
someone say, yeah, he looks like a Simpsons character. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he's
like
a caricature.
Yeah, like a younger Mo Sizlak out there slinging the rock.
So here's what his post game interview sounded like on the Fan.
We were never supposed to be in this position, but by the glory of God, the great coaches, great teammates, everyone we have around us, we were able to pull this off. Whoever thought the Hoosiers would be here, but now the Hoosiers are flipping champs. Let's go!
You guys call yourself a bunch of misfits who found the right home at Indiana. Why was this the right place for this group?
It's the right place for process-oriented. We're going day by day, whether it's the offensive line, the defense, the coaches, special teams. We're all process-oriented to one goal. That's our thing, is we're brothers. We can drag teams into the deep end because we know that we're going to stick together and we're the strongest glue ever.
Tell me about finding Charlie Becker, third down, 2 minutes to go. We talk about Heisman moments, but take me through that one.
And what an incredible, Charlie's been, but he's been every single day in summer. We were always thrilled before practice, before at 7 a.m. on Sundays, doing spots, doing routes, and now you see it to come to fruition. He's my roommate, couldn't be happy for such a young man as well as our defense playing lights out. And well, everybody just, what an incredible moment.
You know what that reminds me of? Howard freaking Dean. That's what that reminds me of.
We're gonna go. He's awesome.
You got done beating Ohio State, number one team in the country. You just won the Big Ten. You won the Heisman. You can be as fired up as you want. That dude is greatness.
He is great.
And Cignetti was just as great. Did you see him on the?
I actually didn't.
Oh God,
I didn't see his.
Dude,
interview.
that red ass. He is phenomenal. He was he was up there with the whole crew. So they had Ingram and all that. And all Cignetti was doing was looking at the stat sheet. He was like they're trying to interview him, and he's looking down. He's like, all right, we were this.
Like we had 270.
This is it's greatness. Like I know obviously Oregon. You're rooting for Oregon. I want to. It's not going to happen. Indiana will get tripped up. I believe that the overall talent. It's going to be hard week after week. But my God, if Indiana found a way to finish this thing off, that is.
Dare we say they are America's team?
They are America's team. If you
point?
don't have a rooting interest in any of these teams, you didn't go to these schools, you should be rooting for Indiana because freaking if Indiana can do it by the grace of God and coaches Mata, it's incredible. You're not supposed to be able to do this. You're just not. And yet here they are. All from a guy that said, I win, Google me. And then had the nerve to get on the mic in a basketball game and say that Ohio State sucks. And then he just beat him.
Yeah. That's the other thing about Cignetti. He has done some really cool Dan Lanning type things.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dan Lanning has a cool vibe about him.
Yeah.
Cignetti has said and done some of those things, but it doesn't match his exterior, right? Like he looks like just a high school PE teacher,
Yes.
He looks like a dad.
Yeah.
And so it's weird that he's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like he seems like he should just be one of those red ass coach speak coaches. But he's actually great and he totally gets the bit. It's kind of, it doesn't fit I don't know, it just doesn't seem to fit what he looks like he should be.
He breaks the mold. Yeah, he's not.
I mean, not to go judging people based on what they look like, but come on, we all do that, don't we?
Yeah. Well, he looks like Mr. Woodcock. Again, he
just wouldn't be, he shouldn't be doing such cool things. No. Like he's like mic dropping fools.
Yes. He's fantastic. And that's why I said, I think they're America's team. If you need a team to root for.
Wait, I said that, not you.
You
us. Stealing my bits?
I'm stealing your bits.
You're stealing my bits?
Google me, bitch.
God.
I'm pulling for Indiana. Go finish this damn thing off.
I'm trying to think who I'm pulling for. I don't want to see. Well, I have some some financial interest in
there
who
you
wins
go,
the
yeah.
tournament.
I understand.
And I won't talk about that.
Take that
but
aside.
Take that aside. I actually don't mind Miami.
Mhm.
I definitely want to see Miami beat Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Obviously Oregon, but I'm not an Oregon fan. I don't know. Texas Tech, no, but I really do like what they've done.
Well, Texas Tech's kind of cool in that, like, and I guess I didn't know all this.
Georgia,
I knew that Joey McGuire was a high school coach. Did you see any of that?
Ole Miss, yeah.
So he was just he was a Texas high school coach, and he won several state championships on that field.
Yeah.
And so to see that guy who was like, you know what, I think I can do this, and to kind of put it in the wind and go try to start his college career, and then to win it on that field. And like there was a side-by-side photo of him holding the Big 12 title and the Texas State championship. Like that was pretty cool.
It is cool, although I have watched Texas Tech enough to know that he may be a problem for them when when push comes to shove. There was a moment, and I didn't write it down, so I don't remember what it was, but there was a moment in that game where I was like, what is he doing?
Well,
I'm talking about like game management stuff, but obviously their defense
is really good.
Just freaking great.
Their offense leaves something to be desired.
Yeah, I think their offense will trip them up eventually, but I can't root for them. Like, and I'm not rooting for Georgia.
No.
Who else? Oh, Ole Miss is, like,
that'd be fun.
What
Yeah.
about Ole Miss?
Yeah.
If no Kiffin.
Without Kiffin. Yeah. I could see that. I could see you getting behind think of kind of the land of misfit toys.
So I think I would root for Indiana, Miami, and Ole Miss, but I don't have money on any of those. I have money on two other teams, and I won't tell you who those two teams are. Or no, I do have money on Miami. It's just a long shot.
Yeah.
But bigger money on Ohio. On a couple of other teams. And I won't tell you who those are, Ohio State.
I still say, regardless of what happened last weekend.
So I'm rooting for Ohio State, and I hate that.
I feel firmly, I said this going into the weekend, and nothing changed, even though one of these teams lost. The two best teams in the country, and the two teams that I would not want to see if I'm Oregon, and this is where I think the bracket breaks for you, is they're both on the other side, is Georgia and Ohio State. And you only have to face one of them. If I do not think that Oregon would be capable of beating Ohio State one week and turning around and beating Georgia the next, or vice versa. And you don't have to do that until you get to the championship game. So,
well, I would say
I think that's a good break.
The Big 12 game was not very good, although BYU did get up 7-0. I believe that BYU could play Texas Tech 30 times, and I believe that they would lose all 30.
I don't disagree,
because the thing about Texas Tech, they just, here's what you got to give Joey McGuire credit for.
Yeah.
Their offense, I mean, it ranks high because of some of the numbers they've put up.
But defense puts them in such good spots.
Dude, their
defense is average.
Their defensive front is their team, and they will wear you down over the course of a game. And it will be really interesting to see them play the big boys, because they have not played. I don't think they've played any of the big boys yet this year.
They have not.
Yeah, so watching them against an Oregon or an Indiana or certainly an Ohio State.
I want to see how that defense holds up.
Yeah, let's see how that. But it should. They got NFL guys all over there.
Yes, they do.
It should hold up. Their offense is what I worry about. But I would say this about Texas Tech. This is why I think BYU plays them 30 times. They lose all 30 because Tech is really good about not screwing it up.
Yeah.
They don't panic.
No.
McGuire even said he said, we know we can wear you out. We're not afraid to get into deep water in a close game. We'll take the field goal when it's there. We're not going to get stupid. We're not going to turn it over. And that's really smart.
Yeah.
It's because they know they have the dudes over the course of a game to ultimately win out. But I feel like their offense may let them down.
Yeah, because having watched Texas Tech play, I watched Texas Tech play against Utah. I watched them play against Arizona State. I saw it play against BYU twice. I think that might be the extent of what I watched Texas Tech. And even though they score points, they will give you opportunities to stick around in games. They were not good in the red zone. I think their quarterback, because they had two of them that played, both those quarterbacks will give you some balls to make 50-50 balls on that. It was never like this overwhelming offensive juggernaut. But what they do is they choke you out, and eventually a defensive turnover, short field or whatever, and the offense can hit big plays against you. But at no point watching them did I ever think that is truly an elite offense. But I think teams have only scored 20 points on them, I think maybe twice all year, and the one loss they had was 26-22. Again, defense did not let them down. It was the offense. So they can win a game, but they're kind of like the Houston Texans. And the defense is going to keep them in every game. And can they drag the offense along? Can the offense score enough points?
Well, of the top 5, Georgia, Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon, those are all legit.
Yeah.
The one that is I'm really interested to see how it holds up is Texas Tech.
Yeah.
That would be the one.
Yeah.
With a side dish of Oregon.
Yeah.
I
saw BYU had that opening drive where they went like 90 yards and they scored and they ran the ball. And I was all like, oh. BYU for the next 3.5 quarters had 81 yards of offense.
And you could see that coming. Like, dude, first of all, I
wanted hope after one drive.
All of that was predictable. And you know this because maybe you played football. I don't know. Some people are saying you might have.
Some people.
BYU played them once already.
Yeah.
They had a long layoff to get ready for them. I think. Didn't they?
What do you mean?
They had a long layoff to get ready for them?
No.
Didn't they have an extra week?
Oh, there may have been a bye, but
well, that's important.
Okay.
What I'm saying is they've already played Texas Tech once and it didn't go well.
Yeah.
So you knew their offense, at least early in the game,
Yeah.
was going to come out with something that Texas Tech wouldn't be ready for.
Yeah.
And they did. 90 yards, 14 plays. But you also knew after watching maybe even the next 1 or 2 series, you were like, okay, they're not doing that again.
No.
And so, I think it was just predictable that BYU could probably have some success early against them because, coaches throw in new wrinkles and they're like, let's try this time. And we've seen them once, so you kind of know their tendencies and they can have some success, but you ain't doing that over. That's the whole thing about Texas Tech.
Yeah.
You're just not doing that over the course of a full 4 quarters.
So I think when Oregon ends up playing them, it's going to be a fun game because we've seen Oregon play some rock fights this year.
If Oregon ends up
when
playing
Oregon
them,
plays them,
do not count your chickens.
When they play them, we've seen Oregon, and whether it was the Washington game was a little bit this way, Iowa certainly was this way, Penn State in the second half. There have been plenty of defenses that have drug Oregon into deep water, and Texas Tech will do that.
And so will the Dukes of Madison James.
No, they won't. The nice part is that we've seen Oregon make the plays when they have to. But I do think that from a defensive standpoint, this is going to be by far the best defense that they will have played. And I think this is going to be a really fun game.
Yeah, not a lot of people have seen the Dukes, but they're legit. All right.
I wish we could fast forward past that.
That is conference championship weekend. Oh, and by the way, my Dukies, they won me money, so I was really happy to.
The Dukies!
That Manny Diaz is the coolest looking coach on the sideline.
But that interview that he gave afterwards, come on, Manny.
Well, you don't want him to talk, but you just want him to
stop.
Wear the headset. He's kind of sexy.
Yeah.
He's got the hair and the
Looks
beard.
like Kelly Ripa's husband.
He's got a little bit of so between him and Deion Sanders, I think they're the coolest looking coaches over there,
Okay.
But they beat Virginia, which was great.
I don't know how they beat Virginia, but they did.
Well, I can tell you how. Would you like my analysis?
The Virginia
sucks. How that team won the ACC, well, they didn't win the ACC, but how that team got in the ACC title game, I have no idea.
Duke was up by 2 scores, and Duke was like, we suck so bad, we'd like to give you the game. And Virginia was like, no. We suck. You take it.
Amazing. All right, let's get to some NFL nasties coming up next. Are we yeah, we got to go to Schultz. A little behind. Here's Schultz.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Week 14 of the NFL, wrapping up right now. Monday Night Football in Los Angeles as the Chargers host the Eagles. About 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. LA leads that one 7-3 thanks to a touchdown pass from Justin Herbert to Omarion Hampton, and Philly responding with about a 41-yard field goal in their next drive to get on the board there. Elsewhere around the NFL, bad news for the Colts as quarterback Daniel Jones out the rest of the season after suffering a torn Achilles tendon against the Jaguars, and they are looking for a quarterback because backup Riley Leonard may not be ready to go against Seattle. He's got knee issues, multiple reports stating that they are working out retired 44-year-old quarterback Phillip Rivers to see if they can sign him to the practice squad in Indy tomorrow. Over to college football, the playoff is set. Oregon officially a number 5 seed facing off against 12 seed James Madison in a first-round matchup at Autzen Stadium on Saturday, December 20th. That winner would move on to play number 4 Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl on New Year's Day. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
There are only about 4,300 publicly traded companies on the U.S.
FM and 1080 AM.
Try it again, please.
No, I'm not going to try it again. Been great today. Let's be great, baby.
Let's be great. Let's be great. Let's be great.
Now to the NFL, where it appears that Phillip Rivers is coming back.
Yeah, they're going to give him a crack. So he's 44. He's a grandfather. So
what?
Yeah, he's a 44-year-old.
Is he-
Yeah, he's 44-year-old granddad.
Is he going to be the only grandfather in the playing in the NFL?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. I would. Well, I'm not certain about that, but I feel pretty confident that yes, he's the only grandfather. How
many grandfathers play in professional sports?
Not
Well,
many.
LeBron's old enough to be a granddad. I mean, Bronny could squeeze one out. But yeah, so we had Daniel Jones tear his Achilles. Anthony Richardson hurt himself in pregame warmups with a busted eye orbital all those weeks ago.
Brett Favre. I mean, obviously he's not playing now,
Yeah.
but Brett Favre was
So
famously.
he was a granddad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still playing.
And the spokesman for the Gordon Fisherman company.
2010.
And then Riley Leonard has a knee problem. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to go. So they got Brett Rippon, and they were like looking through. There was a list of like practice squad quarterbacks they could get. No one of any sort of interest. So I guess they have they've reached out, and Phillip Rivers is going to go have a meeting. He's going to fly to Indy. They got to see whether or not he can actually play and whether he wants to play. But it sounds like the Phillip Rivers thing is at least going to they're going to kick the tires on it.
Oh my God.
For what it's worth, Drake May last year talked about that when he was working out, getting ready for the draft and the season, that he was working with Phillip Rivers, and it was Drake May, Phillip Rivers, and a couple other rookies. And they said they had a throwing contest, and they said Phillip Rivers won it. He said he still slings it. So,
what if Phillip Rivers comes back at the age of 44? He's a grandfather, and he finally gets his ring.
Well,
does that rival the Signetti story? Like you're talking about the Indiana. So the Colts, well, the Pacers were just in the finals, by the way.
Yeah,
but they didn't get over the hump. That's a great story.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about the Indiana story being one of the best stories in the history of college football.
Oh, hands down.
Wouldn't this be just as good? Phillip Rivers at the age, never won a Super Bowl, Hall of Famer, never won the Super Bowl. He comes back out of nowhere as a granddad and leads the Colts
Stupid good.
to the Super Bowl.
Problem is that the Colts are in the middle of an absolute free-for-all, and they're not going to make the postseason. But, yes, if somehow he stabilized that, it would be, again, just Disney-type stuff that we'd make fun of the movie for being unrealistic, and yet we'd get it in real life. They've got some bigger problems, too, though. The Colts have real issues. It was fun while it lasted. I mean, I'll give you credit. You did say this a number of weeks ago. You're like, dude, Indy's coming back down to earth. And I thought they had built up I think they were 8-1 at some point. They lost 4 in a row. They had built up such a cushion. I just couldn't see them falling off the face of the earth. But it is officially happened. They will not.
Forgot who Daniel Jones was.
Yes, and he reminded us, and now he's hurt. The other crappy part about that is he cost himself a bunch of money.
Yeah, that makes it sound like his fault.
No,
I feel bad for him.
Yes.
Because that dude, he's tough as hell.
Yep.
He was playing on a fractured fibula.
Yeah.
And then busts his Achilles. Yeah. And then when he busts his Achilles, he knows it. He was pretty, I mean, I don't know, watching him out there, it was like, it was sad, and he knew it, and everybody knew it, but he was pretty tough about it. He got up and walked off, and like, I don't know. I got a lot of respect for
me too.
For Daniel Jones.
He was in line to maybe get a Baker Mayfield sort of thing. He's going to sign something. Geno Smith, Sam Darnold. I mean, he was going to ink himself 25 to 35, somewhere in that range, and now nothing. And so who knows what happens when he comes back. The other thing to be wary of, and Indy did this. We saw the Texans do this a couple years ago. We saw the Commanders do it this year. You had a little success, and you tried to shove all your chips in the middle, and you traded away 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner and said, hey, there's a window right here, and we're going all in. We're tying ourselves to Daniel Jones. And now you don't have a quarterback this year. You don't have a quarterback next year. You don't have either one of your first-round picks. You've got Sauce Gardner, who's now dealing with his own calf injury. And you're kind of looking around, and you're like, dude, we still have holes on this team. Does that sound like anyone else? Does that sound like the Washington Commanders? Trading for Lattimore and going out and getting Debo and being like, oh, no, we were a game away, when in reality you were not a game away. Texas kind of did this with their offense. Luckily, their defense is so good, it's kind of dragging them along. But I just think sometimes in the NFL, like we get a taste of this, and I'm glad New England didn't do this. And I hope New England doesn't do this offseason. Just let things grow and marinate. Build a real team around a young quarterback. And it may take an extra year, whether it's the Denver Broncos, the New England Patriots, just be patient as opposed to trying to microwave this thing, because more often than not, when you do that, it blows up in your face. And right now it is absolutely blowing up in Indianapolis's face. I mean, what do they do about quarterback next year?
God, I don't know.
Cool.
Phillip Rivers, baby.
Yeah, right? You going to go with Anthony Richardson again? Have fun.
What if they get Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and Phillip Rivers, and they just rotate them in?
I love that idea, in that, like, hey, we know none of you can finish an entire game. We're just asking you to play one quarter each.
That's right. Brady in the first. No, Brady in the fourth.
Brady in the fourth. Yeah.
You'd start out with Rivers, maybe. Get to Breeze.
Yeah, you warm up a little bit. You go to Breeze, and then you
I don't know what you do for the third.
Maybe a wildcat sort of situation.
Give it to Jonathan Taylor.
I saw Vinny Testaverde was making the rounds doing interviews. Get his old ass out there.
He's probably, is he 60?
He's got to be so old. I mean, he was an old man because we played him when I was with the Buccaneers. We played him when he was with the Jets. He's got to be close to 60.
All right, we got to wrap this
He
baby
looks great,
up.
though.
Yeah, he does look. He looks way better than I thought.
Yeah.
I saw that interview and I was like, "Wow, that's Vinny." He looks because you got to brace.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's like Bernie Kosar just passed.
He's 62.
Did Bernie Kosar die?
Not yet.
No, he's
No,
not.
he's still okay.
I think he had
still
like
alive.
I think he had like a liver transplant.
Yeah, he has some health issues, and I saw him and I was like, "Oh man, that's."
Yeah.
And I know he's had a rough,
No, Vinny looks great.
but Vinny looks great. Pleasantly surprised.
We had there was like a group luncheon because we played the Jets in like the Tokyo Bowl or something. It was some preseason NFL thing they did over in Japan. And I got the pleasure of just somehow ending up at a table with Vinny Testaverde. That is one of the coolest dudes I've ever been around.
Yeah, everybody says that.
If you ever get a chance to sit and just listen to Vinny Testaverde, that guy is freaking awesome.
He had a low-key great career too.
Yes, he's way better than anyone realizes, and he was just you ever just leave a room and you're like, oh my God, I see why every woman wants to sleep with that guy and every guy wants to hang out with him. He's just a cool dude.
Vinny Testaverde, total earnings before we go.
Huh, because he didn't play when they made huge money, but I'll bet you he made 80 million?
Approximately $51 million.
Okay. Yeah. He's doing good.
Yeah,
Living that
that's pretty good.
South Florida life.
Pretty good. Okay, we will wrap it up next on The Fan.
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
There is a huge benefit to getting an opportunity to play quick. We had this weekend off, an opportunity for our players to recover, get to watch some good football games. But I'm excited to see what Autzen is going to look like with our fans. That atmosphere, I think we all saw how special those moments can be last season. As some of those opportunities played out. So we're really excited about the chance to pack Autzen and go play some games.
Well, one game in Autzen. That's the great Dan Lanning. And, I know Autzen will be rocking. Of course it will be. It's a playoff game. But, God, it being James Madison, doesn't that take a lot of the wind out of the
We were hoping like Notre Dame or Alabama, and then it's James Madison.
God, how's Lanning going to motivate the Ducks for the Dukes of Madison James?
They put their pants on same way we do. Go full Lou Holtz.
Mods PDX, the future of building is here.
Hey, it's Duke for A&E Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Isaac and Suk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
What?
Now this is a tune you can hang some tinsel by.
Yeah, you're right. Johnny Mathis.
Oh, this is just good stuff right here.
It is the most wonderful time of the year, except that this weather really sucks
Yeah, it does.
balls.
It's going to be here for a couple more days. The atmospheric river.
We're really screwed-overed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
I think that's correct. Kind of got screwedy over. It's the official term. Thanks
Well,
a lot, weather gods.
We got to get out of here because we got to get to the club.
Yeah.
It looks like Herbert. So we're watching Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And it is 7-3 in favor of the Chargers, but it looks like the Eagles are kind of figuring out that Herbert's really having problems with that wrist, and it's not his throwing wrist, but
No.
he's already taped it back. So he's wearing this brace that they made, and he's already had to tape it, and they are not. He's only thrown the ball 5 times, and he just got tackled on a scramble. Like, he's toughing it out. He just got tackled on a scramble, but he's literally holding his arm away from any sort of contact, or his hand away from any sort of contact.
They just have surgery on it. I can imagine that is.
I know,
is
but it's
rather
just
tender.
It's crazy that he's playing, and I get that he can still throw it, but I feel like the Eagles are kind of figuring out here that okay, maybe you're not exactly the Justin Herbert of a couple of weeks ago.
Just grab his damn hand.
Yeah, see, I don't know. You played like, would you
look at Schultz in there, just like kick him in the D?
I love Justin Herbert. I have a Justin Herbert Chargers jersey. It's the only NFL one I own right now. But if I'm an Eagle, right, Suk?
They
grab
do
him
that,
by
right?
the hand.
The guys
No,
do that.
You're not going to necessarily grab him by the hand, but I will, and you have to be careful about
Right.
the whole bounty gate. So what we always did, whenever you're getting ready to play a team, there's a scouting report, right? And they get the little film out there, and they'd be like, all right, this is who you're playing. And then the offensive line coach would be like, so the injury report on 53, he's got a bad knee, so that would be the inside knee when he's taking on the double team, just so you know. And then he would circle it. So it's more of that.
You have to be subtle about it.
You got to be subtle about it, but yes.
Like, it would be Bush League to go right at the hand.
Yes.
But if you're on the bottom of a pile and Justin's hand's down there.
My guess is that one of the things that was said is if you get around the quarterback, swipe at the ball.
Yeah.
If you're near the quarterback, swipe at the ball.
Well, you would do that anyway.
Yes, but you are going to swipe at the ball is code for hit his damn hand.
Yeah, I mean,
yes. They're going to be like, ball security, he's not going to be under center. He's going to be careful back there. So if you get near him, rake at the ball. Wink, rake at the ball. If you're going to hit him, we really like this launch point here, somewhere around this midsection where his hand is. There's a lot of stuff like that.
Hey, Daniel Jones has a fractured fibula. Chop block his ass.
Dude. Hey, I'll say this. You can make fun of a lot of people in this league for being candy asses. Justin Herbert and Daniel Jones ain't one of them.
Well, who's a candy ass in the NFL?
Well, there's some dudes that are pretty soft. Not
yeah,
many.
but they're not like regular guy soft. Like, just to play in the NFL. Like, I get kickers and punters and crap like that.
Yeah.
But
there's some guys that always get
you're out there.
Yeah,
that's a man's game, man.
It's a tough sport.
I ain't calling you soft.
Daniel Jones and Justin Herbert get a universal pass. Those dudes are they're playing. Well, not Daniel Jones.
There's
anymore.
a lot of corners who don't like contact.
Yes.
You can tell.
And there's guys that look. There's just one of the things about the league is if you're going to make it, you have to be able to play through pain. And Daniel Jones and Justin Herbert are willing to play through pain. So you can't the pretty boy quarterback label not on these two.
Although he is a pretty boy.
Yeah, both
Herbie.
are.
Yeah.
Dan Jones is a good looking kid.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, I would rate Herbert higher than Jones on the
handsome meter,
on the hot meter,
I
on
mean,
the hot
they're,
scale.
they're not Tom Brady, but
God, no one's Tom Brady. I mean,
Dan Jones.
Who would rival Tom Brady in quarterback handsomeness?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Garoppolo, yeah, there you go. And think about that. They had the same those two guys on the same damn team.
Dude,
you kidding me?
Just cutting a swath through the what of New England. Look out, Massachusetts.
Well,
women.
wasn't that the whole thing?
Are you kidding
that
me?
Brady was
a little jealous.
Yeah, he was a little jealous of Garoppolo. Maybe Garoppolo was getting in on his tud.
He's stealing some of that scush away from Tom, and Tom couldn't have that.
All right. The club hour is coming up next. Sorry, sir, your room isn't quite ready. Here is 33 drinks. We'll be right back on The Fan.
When you gotta have
Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, Week 14 of the NFL wrapping up right now. Monday Night Football in Los Angeles as the Chargers host the Eagles. Just under 12 minutes to go in the second quarter. LA still leads that one 7-3 thanks to a touchdown hookup from Justin Herbert to wide receiver Omarion Hampton. Once again, 7-3. Chargers lead that in the second quarter. Elsewhere around the NFL, bad news for the Colts as quarterback Daniel Jones officially down for the rest of the year after a torn Achilles that he had against the Jaguars. Backup Riley Leonard may not be ready to go against Seattle this weekend because of a knee injury, and multiple reports say that the team plans to work out retired quarterback Phillip Rivers to see if they can add the 44-year-old to the practice squad. And on to the college ranks, another hire to report in coaching today. Memphis chosen Charles Huff to be their next head coach after just one season at Southern Miss. He replaces Ryan Silverfield, who left for the Arkansas job. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte for the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Primetime with Isaac and Sue. Weekdays 3 to 7. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. The following program may not be suitable for children.
Hold on to your butts.
As the sun sets over Slabtown, in the shadows of the Fremont Bridge, a club comes to life where you can let your freak flag fly.
There's a new fiesta in the making as we speak. Full kegs. Everybody's gonna be there. You ought to go.
The only thing that's off limits are the words you can't say thanks to the FCC.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that? We've given away too much to arrive at these political compromises. Yeah.
Google me, bitch.
Oh no, oh no.
Well, my.
Like kick and a stretch. Kick and a stretch. Y'all want to buy some drugs?
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
She got a great ass! And you got your head!
Okay, we apologize. My mom is adorably
It's
racist.
time for the club, baby, on 105.1 and 1080. The Fan. Hoo-wee.
I don't want your life.
All right, welcome to the Club Hour here on The Fan, 105.1 FM The Fan.
50,000 watt blowtorch.
That's right, we're on FM now. Get used to it, brew.
Wow, we're starting a feud, are we?
Yeah, I think we need a good radio feud.
Let's
don't you?
do it.
Now
Yeah,
that we're
it's
on
been a
FM.
while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Come on, whatever happened to the old radio feud?
Remember when that one dip-ass, there was like some controversial shock jock got hired at another station.
Oh, yeah, I do remember
He
that.
started like an online campaign against us.
I literally took over for him the day he got fired.
What was that guy's name?
His name was Dino Costa.
Yeah,
He's a-
Dino!
Another evil empire here
Oh,
in the
Hurts
city of
with
Portland.
the pick. Oh, and a fumble! Oh, my God, Hurts recovered, and he fumbled it! Holy ass! That's the greatest play I've ever seen in sports history. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. We're a sports show. No, it's just funny story.
Wait, hold on. So Hurts threw a pick, and the guy fumbled it.
Oh,
and
D
then
lineman too.
And then Hurts picked it up.
And then he fumbled
And then
it?
he fumbled it.
Oh my good! Oh, I'll be damned!
It was Troy Dye. And the
Holy crap!
yeah, and the Chargers got it.
So Jalen Hurts sucks twice on the same play.
Yeah, it was a big D lineman, and those guys never hold on to the ball.
Yeah, he threw a thick INT. Yeah, it's true. Anytime an O lineman or a D lineman has the ball, you know it's going to be a fumble. And then Hurts picked it up, and instead of going down, he fumbled again.
Great, Hurts sucks.
Either way, Charger ball.
Dino Costa.
Yeah. Hey, multiple turnovers in one play in the NFL. That's rare. That's nice. Oh, but
Yeah,
yeah,
3 on one play.
That's crazy. But Dino Costa, the day that he got fired, his mother was in the studio, and the boss that was my boss at the same time as well, obviously, he told me to go in while they pulled him off of a commercial list show that he was doing that day. And they basically said, "Hey, you're gonna go to break." And then I snuck into the studio and did the rest of the show for him while his mother was in the building when he got fired. He brought his mom in,
wow.
and he got fired with his mother there at work that day.
So he most recently hosted in St. Louis, but he is now a former radio.
Yeah.
American talk.
He launched a huge online campaign against us.
He did.
And
He
I
did?
never. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How come I didn't hear about it?
Because it wasn't that huge.
It was. It was just
Easy.
easy.
Does he have any followers? Or?
Wow, whatever he did. He was he said that we were going to be in bread lines, and then he would put he would superimpose our faces on little kids' faces in a Cold War sort of food line
He was trying
thing.
to start a ratings war, but he
Yeah.
wasn't good enough to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Kept threatening me
Oh.
to a fight. He kept saying I was
Yeah,
a
see,
coward. And
You gotta if you're gonna have a feud, they gotta be good. I mean,
Yeah.
we can't deal with the likes of Dino Costa. Who cares about Dino Costa?
Well, that's what happens when you hire a New York guy to come to Oregon. It's that doesn't work here.
I'm sure his show sucked. I'm sure he's no talent. Hack.
Dino.
I mean,
hey.
he was a national radio host, so that's all I heard.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Look, we're going after the brew, all right, you bitches.
Take it
So
down.
Next up,
I don't even know what that is, but that's what I'm told we're going after.
The brew class. Let's find out who's on the brew, and then
Yeah.
we'll challenge
Who's on
them
the
to
brew?
find out who's more manly. The brew. Yeah.
I'm looking here.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We got to find out who we go. I think they got a gal on there. That may not
Who
work.
is Court Weber?
I don't know.
Nobody I know.
Someone that we can take down.
Well, I don't want to start a feud with a guy named Court. That won't go well for us.
Can't possibly take down Court. Court in the mornings? There's one that
Mornings,
says
we're in the afternoon, idiot.
Tanner, Laura, and Casey. Oh.
They're in the morning.
I don't know.
My God, what is your problem?
Well,
We're an afternoon
not
show.
everyone can be in the morning.
We're an afternoon show,
One
idiot!
of them has to do the afternoons.
Court, I just told you.
Oh. I thought you were just throwing off a random name.
No, the morning show is Tanner, Laura, and Casey. It's probably one of those zany morning shows where they go,
Yeah, which one is the voice that just
the
laughs?
man in the box.
yeah!
Winnie in
Some
the
guy
back.
gets paid $250,000 a year just to laugh.
Hey, stupid
at
joke.
Bad jokes.
Jerk.
God, radio sucks.
I hate those shows.
I hate radio. Oh,
I love these radio
An Odyssey station.
All right. Well, Court.
well, you better watch out, Brew.
better watch out, Court Weber,
Court Weber.
if
Say
that's
it.
your real
What do you-
name.
Yeah, what is your
Probably not.
Coming for you.
A lot of fake names in radio.
Oh, yeah, that's so stupid. Oh, I want a radio sounding name. Just be you, okay?
Yeah.
Shut up.
His moment of his life's philosophy is the wise words of kickboxing philosopher Lloyd Dobler. That's John Cusack's character from Say Anything.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to sell anything, buy anything, or process anything as a career. I don't want to sell anything bought or processed, or buy anything sold or processed, or process anything sold, bought, or processed, or repair anything sold, bought, or processed. As a career, I don't want to do that.
I think that's fantastic. I like Court now.
Yeah. Sorry, Court, we can't
Let's
hate you.
get Court in
It's-
here as
yeah.
our laugh guy.
Well, that means I don't have a job.
Now
so.
we like Court Weber. Our feud has already ended.
I know. Who are we going to go after now?
I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from our feud with Court. I don't think I can do
Need a
anymore.
Gatorade and a timeout. Watch out, Lars.
Next person.
If you are still on.
Lars will shoot you.
Is he still on?
He is.
Probably packing heat still. You can't out-manly Lars Larson.
He broadcasts from the house now, though, so,
Oh, does he?
Yeah, you gotta.
Hey, I want to broadcast from the house.
You're no Lars Larson.
That's true. All right. Well, we've got a man who was given 33 drinks.
That seems like a lot.
On a cruise ship. Got a story
Although
there.
it's a cruise ship, so what else are you going to do on a cruise ship?
We also have new merch. And how many Americans know this will cease to exist? Those items are coming up here on The Fan.
Dirt and Sprague. here.
Yeah, so we got a cruise ship death that peeps are discussing out there in the world. Because, these are always mysterious.
Are they really mysterious?
You know?
The husband, the wife, or the lover shove the other one overboard. That's usually what happens.
There's a couple mysterious ones out there right now, actually.
Yeah. There's the one about the girl and the guy and the...
Well, her stepbrother is the guy, right?
Yeah,
she was
right.
18.
The stepbrother
Again.
shoved her over the...
No, he killed her and hid her under his bed.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, again, it's not-
allegedly. of
Wait,
course.
why would you hide her under the bed?
So the stepbrother,
Right?
So the stepbrother,
Throw her in the water!
the
Dude!
stepbrother was obsessed with her
Even Court knows that.
and wanted to do the things,
The creepy stuff.
the creepy stuff.
How old's the kid?
They were teenagers.
Yeah, like 19 or 20.
I think the boy is like 15.
Oh,
or
17 and she's 18.
something like that.
Yeah, they're not far off.
They're teens, and there's some really disturbing stuff about people seeing like on live streams where he would bust in and jump on top of her, and he clearly had an obsession with her, and she went missing, and they found her wrapped in a blanket stuffed underneath the bed of his cruise room. So
What an idiot.
yeah.
Right?
By the way, maybe not a good idea, parents, to have you have the obsessed stepbrother share a cabin cruise with the victim. That, maybe, just maybe, not the best idea.
What an idiot. I
So I
mean,
don't-
just stupid.
Again, I don't know how mysterious that is. It's just,
I thought he shoved her overboard.
no.
And they didn't know who did it.
No, wrapped her in a blanket and stuffed her under the bed for like a day or two. And then a cleaning crew
No way.
came in and smelled it and was like,
How did he get caught?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. And then he's like, well, I don't know how she got under there and wrapped in a blanket.
The death of a Royal Caribbean passenger has been ruled a homicide after crew members allegedly served him nearly 3 dozen drinks at the ship's bar before he died.
3 dozen killed you? Or did he fall overboard?
No, 3 dozen didn't kill him.
I was gonna
It
say-
made him violent, though.
Oh.
Michael Virgil is his name. He's 35, and he is a big fella.
Yeah.
He was served 33 drinks at one of the ship's bars on the day he died in custody in December 2024.
Boy, he is a big dude.
He was detained during a drunken rage in which he allegedly attacked and threatened to kill crew members and passengers.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But he died within hours after being restrained and taken into custody by cruise ship security. Virgil's family initially alleged they injected him with a sedative, which killed him. A year later, the family is standing by that claim in their new lawsuit, and they said Virgil's cause of death was changed to homicide. He had boarded the Mexico-bound cruise with his fiancée and 7-year-old autistic son when they were told their room wasn't ready.
Okay. That happens, right?
It does happen.
We've all been there, maybe not on a cruise, but you check into a hotel, your room's not ready, and hey, why don't you take a seat at the bar and maybe you get a nice free drink coupe, something like that.
God, Hurts threw another pick.
One of these, at some point this season, we are going to have the
He's
uncomfortable
terrible.
conversation that Jalen Hurts is probably the 25th best quarterback in the league right now.
Why is that uncomfortable? It seems so obvious.
Because he's a Super Bowl MVP and you just gave him a bunch of money. He is not good, but continue.
What if I don't want to?
Well,
Tell me what to do.
I mean, that's true.
My name's Court.
I will turn Dino Costo on you so fast.
By the way, I don't think Court does the afternoons over there. I think it's somebody else. But
Oh, that's good because we like
I stopped
Court.
caring.
Yeah, well, our feud kind of died.
I think it's a syndicated show. It's like some guy from New York, and
then we can't.
we
feud
can't.
with that.
Yeah, we can't. We can't.
We got to feud locally.
Right.
Go down that Lars Larson road. See how that goes. See how that works out.
Virgil had boarded the. Oh, I already told you that part.
Yeah, you did. So his cabin's not ready.
Yeah, so they sent him to the bar, and they were there for a period of time. Their son grew restless. Virgil's wife took him to check on their room while he remained at the bar. It was during that time that he was allegedly served the booze, and he broke into a rage when he left the bar extremely inebriated and couldn't find his room.
Yeah.
There is footage from the cruise.
Yeah, he's shirtless.
Which caught him attempting to batter down a door after he allegedly attacked crew members and threatened to kill passengers.
Yeah.
He was detained, and his fiancée alleges the excessive force and fatal actions taken by crew members, including security and medical personnel, who administered an injection of a sedative medication called haloperidol.
Is it possible that you die because you were chronically obese, insane, and you have no responsibility for your 33 drinks?
Oh, wait, the Chargers just gave it back. But
Although you can't serve someone 33 drinks.
Herbert fumble. My God, this game.
It's not great.
Yeah, they said they also used multiple cans of pepper spray on him. Anyway, how do you serve someone 33 drinks? Like, I guess, is anything go on it? Does anything go on a cruise ship?
Yeah, I've heard that, like, no, I've never been on a cruise ship, but I've heard that it's like you, basically you buy a package, and one of the packages unlimited drinks. It's like a wristband.
Yeah.
So everything's free. So yes,
So they don't really even keep track.
I don't think so. And so but if you were sitting at one bar and a bartender served you 33 drinks, and by the way, you got to take, this is from the family side of things. He has a big fat ass, so I'm sure he can drink.
Well, he was.
But 33 drinks.
That's irresponsible.
That's, yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But when these kinds of deaths happen, nobody. I don't know if it's like they're looking for liability or they don't want to accept that their dead relative did something so stupid. I don't know which it is, but it annoys me that the acceptance of, oh, guess what? My dad always said, your final decision could be a stupid one, buddy. Make good decisions.
Well, again, if you drink 33 shots of something.
But they could be right, too.
It's possible.
I don't know about the sedative or anything. We don't know what
We
happened.
don't know. But the idea that you did get drunk, you did get shirtless, and you did try to break down a door, and you did assault several people. I mean.
Don't forget the death threats.
Yeah, the death threats.
Oh.
You know, that usually is going to lead to an ass kicking and you getting restrained and tased. And if their fat ass can't handle that, that's on you. The only part in this would be if they really did serve him 33 drinks, then yes, you are somewhat culpable because I understand you're there to have a good time, but someone on that cruise ship has to be like, hey, should we cut that guy off? He's had 30 drinks. And how long was he at the bar for?
It didn't say.
Because they're in, okay, I don't mean to, as a larger individual, 30 drinks is a lot of drinks. But if it's over the course of many, many hours.
Well, they're also really watered down.
Exactly.
Drinks, because it's like the all-inclusives.
Yeah.
I've never been on a cruise ship either, but I've been to an all-inclusive where you can get free drinks, and it's almost not even worth it.
No.
Because
it's just
watered down
I mentioned
crap.
When I went to the Indianapolis 500, you bring your own alcohol, and someone brought me a case of Coors Light. I didn't realize they were bringing me a case of Coors Light. I drank a case of Coors Light over the course of that race on top of what else. And it wasn't like I was, again, I wasn't driving anywhere, but I certainly wasn't assaulting, someone naked. And, it's Coors Light. And you're just peeing it out. And it's like, so, the 30 drinks, some of that's just on you. Is it possible that you're just a guy that can't handle your booze?
Well, and once again, terrible reporting here. What were the drinks? We all know that like a 12-ounce beer versus a 6-ounce glass of wine, and then what is it if it's a Coors Light versus like an IPA?
Yeah,
or is it watered down liquor? What are we doing
context.
here?
I hear that sometimes with like drinks, and people are like, because some people, if you have 3 drinks, that's one thing. For some of us, a night out usually ends up with about 15. And that doesn't mean that the person that has I've seen where the person that has 3 or 4 is worse off than the person that has 15. There's varying degrees, but 30, just no matter what you're drinking, does seem like.
And by the way, here's a pro tip from an experienced drinker.
Yeah.
Never count drinks.
No.
No one counts drinks. That's not a thing.
After college, you don't
in
count
college,
drinks.
I've had 12, bro.
You put up all of your beers like from every weekend up on your
You
mantle or
stop
whatever.
when you feel the.
No one cares.
Yeah, you're in the zone.
Get where you need to go. I don't care.
And then relax. But it sounds like, dude, just looking at this guy, he's a man of excess.
He was.
He's
now deceased.
And I don't want anyone to die, but I'm kind of with the Schnitzel Wolf on this, is that when I see these sorts of things, there was one recently, and there's become a trend of this. There was a guy that got electrocuted. He was trying to rip the copper wire out of like the Tesla chargers. Did you see this?
Well, I know that they try to do that.
Yeah. So my man over there is on camera. It's kind of brutal, but he takes like a saw and he decides to cut into one of these fast chargers because I guess there's copper wire in it. Turns out when you cut into one of those things, those fast chargers, there's a lot of juice flowing through it. And my man goes up like a, crisp little Pop-Tart. Like, and down he goes. They don't find him till the next day.
What a visual that was.
Yeah. You get that Pop-Tart, it's got the burn edges to it. My man goes down. And I guess they didn't find him till the next day.
I picture him like a pogo stick, hands near side, feet together,
Yeah.
just going straight up and then flopping down like Jim Carrey.
Yeah. So they find him in the morning. He's dead. And now the family is demanding justice. And you're like, well,
what justice?
Well, that there was no warning on it, and that I don't know. That's a whole thing. They want someone held responsible because they said that like stealing copper cable shouldn't mean your life, and I get that.
If you go to the wrong spot, it can.
But yeah, like you can't show up and be like, "Hey, you're stealing copper wire. I'm going to shoot you." But in the context of you stealing the wire, if you're dumb enough to cut into it with like a metal saw,
yeah.
So you're saying that there's too much electricity flowing through, or that like. I think they were saying, too, that, like, the moment it happened, it should have triggered something and medical response should have come, because maybe if someone would have come, then he could have had life-saving care because it stopped his heart. I'm like, so now, like, these charging stations have to be like, hey, something happened. There's an emergency at 1 a.m. We have to send help. You know, that's where I'm with the Schnitzel Wolf is no one wants to take accountability for you did something really dumb and it cost you your life. Well, that's...
Yeah, it's like you can't really say. I mean, you can, and you wouldn't be wrong in a sense if you said, well, if you don't serve him 33 drinks, none of this happens.
Yes.
That's technically probably true.
Yeah.
But that's his. I mean, look, that's irresponsible on the cruise ship's part, but that's his choice.
Like 90-10, his fault.
95-5,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah. Because had they tried to cut him off, then he would have been livid too. And he probably would have got. I mean,
well, he probably intimidated him into the last 20 drinks.
That's true.
No kidding.
He's a very, very large.
But
he's huge.
This is really common though now. Remember, God, it was probably a decade ago now, where the girl that was wearing the headphones tried to run across a Max station platform. I think out in Hillsboro, whatever. She didn't see the Max coming. She lost
got
her
money.
legs. She won.
Yeah.
Because apparently the Max driver
$7 million.
is supposed to see that these people don't.
Well, no, she sued. We covered this. Largely here.
Yeah, she got tons
She
of
got
money.
dough because she claimed that there was not enough warnings. And
Bullshit.
there were, and I don't know if you've been around those.
There are lots.
There are a lot of warnings.
Yeah.
You got to not pay attention. And if you ever step near any of those tracks, I don't know about you guys. I haven't ridden the Max in a while, but when I did, it was like stop, look, listen, like I am 5 years old, making sure that everything's clear. No kidding. But apparently you don't need to care.
Did she lose her legs? Or
Yeah,
she
she
lost
lost both
her
legs.
arm?
No legs.
No legs.
I think it was both.
Yeah, it was.
But she got $7 million.
But
So-
is that worth it? I think
Therein
we've-
lies the debate.
We've talked about
I'll
this
take your
several
legs
times.
right now.
$7 million.
No.
I'll give you $7 million.
Nope. Hell no.
Tax free.
No.
Schultz, you get cool robot legs.
Nah.
$7 million.
You could be like Oscar Pistorius.
Oh, and
Schultz,
murder
can
my wife behind a bathroom door? No.
Schultz, can we be honest? What are you really doing with your legs, man?
Are you serious? I just rode the bike last night and worked out.
You can't ride your bike with robot legs.
What am I
Would you
doing
do this?
with my legs?
$7 million?
Thinking about it. $7 million.
I tell you, I mean,
Do I keep all the reproductive stuff?
of course.
It's just your legs.
We didn't say.
And I'm not saying like I'm like you went at the knee and I get cool robot legs. Look, let's be honest. It's not like my lower legs are doing much for me anyways. I got the skinniest ankles in the game.
Well, and you and
I
I
want
well,
some thick, cool robot calves. Let's go.
Not really you, but I can say, I've lived 50 years. I've lived half of a century with two hairy legs.
What
Like
have they done for you?
they haven't done much for me.
Exactly. You know what I can do
I'll
with
take the money.
Yeah, $7 million. No. Look, I don't want to get run over. I'm just saying. You know,
If it happens.
I'd have the conversation, like a Squid Game sort of thing. That dude shows up like in front of a Max train. Is like, hey man, just so you know, it's like a Faustian sort of deal. $7 million. The key is tax free. Because you can't pull an Odell Beckham and be like, yeah, it's $7 million. It's not. It's more like 3.5. And then I got Oregon. It's the whole thing. I pay it. Now, I need $7 million in cash in a briefcase. We're talking about it.
All right, R.I.P. the penny. We'll get to that next. Here's Schultz.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Week 14 of NFL action wrapping up with Monday Night Football right now down in Los Angeles. The Chargers hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. It's been a weird one, that's for sure. Lots of turnovers happening. About a minute to go in the first half. LA leads 10-3 right now. The only touchdown, a Justin Herbert pass to Omarion Hampton. That was a 7-yard connection in the end zone there. Once again, just about to go to half. The Chargers lead the Eagles 10-3 down in L.A. Some bad news for the Colts this week. Quarterback Daniel Jones out the rest of the year after suffering a torn Achilles tendon against the Jaguars. They don't know about backup Riley Leonard either. He's dealing with knee issues, and that means there are multiple reports saying that the team plans to work out retired quarterback Phillip Rivers tomorrow to see if they should add him to the practice squad. And over in the college football ranks, the Heisman Trophy finalists just announced Indiana's Fernando Mendoza, Vanderbilt's Diego Pavia, Ohio State's Julian Sayin, and Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame all headed to New York. The winner announced on Saturday. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Schulte from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Curtain missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher and Rashad Taylor. Saturday mornings at 9 on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and Zook have you from here.
Yeah, so RIP the penny. I don't know how many Americans know that the U.S. Mint is striking its final batch of copper pennies.
Yeah, a lot of places now you see a little sign saying, sorry, but no pennies. And then there's a bunch of old people making TikToks complaining that the Home Depot is stealing your money because they're the only people still paying in cash.
So how would you then, what are they doing? Are
they have to round up or
round
round down. I don't know. Like if it's, 98, you're either rounding down to 90 or you're rounding to 95 or up to $2, whatever.
Yeah, I just had this happen actually at Fred Meyer a couple weeks ago. Tiny purchase. It was like $5.99, but they did not have a penny to give me when I handed them $6, so they handed me a nickel. They had to do like something weird, and they lost the 4 cents. Oh my god!
Saving money right and left.
Yeah. Hey, a penny saved is a penny earned, right?
But why would you you really wanted your penny?
No, I
mean, no offense.
No, I didn't care. I was just, because of this happening, the transaction kind of got put on pause because they couldn't even give me the penny. So I was like ready to walk away, but you can't get the receipt, which has coupons on the back. There's a Qdoba near my house, and there's a buy one, get one on every Fred Meyer coupon or a receipt we get back. So we save all those receipts for the coupons. So I was waiting for the receipt, and in that, they discovered, hey, we need a manager over here, and there was no way to give me a penny. So
I just couldn't tell you the last time I paid for something like that with cash.
It was just a gallon of milk, and it was just like a one-off on the way home.
Am I an ass that I would never... I just wouldn't... I mean, I don't care. I don't care. Just take more money from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
I'll just overpay. I don't care.
By,
I don't need
3 cents. Yeah, there's...
Yes.
I saw a video. It was
even if it's 5 cents.
Well, most of it is... There's just people, it's the principle of the thing.
I get it.
There was someone in my family once that contacted a bank... and I want to say it was over... It was less than $1. It was like maybe 30, 40 cents or whatever. It was under $1. And it was over the course of like a month statement. And they did call whatever, Wells Fargo or whatever bank it was. And they said, you had an error. And the bank was like, no. And they were like, yes. And they made the correction. There are some people that are like that, where it's a big deal to them. It's the principle of the thing. Like an OCD thing.
I got a $105 check in the mail today.
That's for what?
Completely random.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Nice.
What's it for?
Well, apparently they were overcharging me for my pet insurance.
Oh yeah, there's one of those you get
So
class
they were like,
action sort of thing. Or
No,
whatever.
no, it was the company. They
Oh.
were just like, hey, we just
My
realized we've
bad.
been taking way too much of your money, so here's some of it back. Sorry about that. I was
least
like,
they
oh,
did
that's
that.
kind of nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did. I would have never known.
No.
But
most times it has to get to a class action.
Yeah,
for
most
that
of
to
the time.
happen.
That's
So,
what happens. Is eventually someone figures it out, and then they're like, "Oh God, you've done this to the tune," and then everyone
Hey,
gets
man.
like $9.
I got it was $39.
No.
Maybe it was $29. I can't remember. But I got my Facebook money into my Venmo account.
Oh, that's
not
nice.
too long ago. They just Venmo it to you.
Really?
And then there's another one. There's the AT&T one.
Did you have to sign up for it?
Yeah, you have to
Yeah, you always have to put your name
Yeah,
in.
they won't they're not going to pay you unless you jump through the hoop.
Because I do that sometimes. I get that little card in the mail, and then I mean to fill
Yeah.
it out, and then I
Never
don't,
do.
and then I look down. I'm like, "Oh, I should do this," and I realize that I had to do it like 9 months ago. And I'm
Right.
like, "Oh,
There's the AT&T one. That card I got in the mail over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the website and signed up for that one today.
Yeah.
Because I feel
Hell
like
yes.
it's going to be $8,000.
You're gonna get like $7.50.
yeah."
$7
Yes,
and 50 cents.
exactly.
Yes. And I can't wait because there's nothing better than free money.
I think one time.
Actually, it's not free money because I was ripped off to the bejeebers. but
Yeah.
They're
One-
just giving me some of it back.
One time I didn't Oh my God. This
they
might.
fumble again?
No, Herbert threw a pick.
What?
It is. This Monday night game, these are two good teams with two seemingly good quarterbacks, but it might be the worst offensive game of football I've
How many
ever
turnovers
seen.
do we have?
Well, Hurts has, I
That's
think, 2
4.
fumbles and 2 picks.
no,
and-
he doesn't have 4.
He has 2 fumbles and 2 picks. I guess that last
No.
one they said wasn't a fumble. They said that was an incomplete pass.
He only has 2 picks.
He has a fumble.
I don't think he does.
He did. He fumbled the fumble.
Yes, there
Yeah,
was
but
a
that's-
fumble lost by Justin
It's
Herbert.
a fumble.
No. There is a fumble lost by Justin Herbert, but the Hurts one is not a fumble
yes,
loss.
I'm telling you.
It also is a
I am
fumble
looking
loss.
at
It is?
I am looking at the stat sheet right now.
Well, because he lost. Remember the second time
Jalen-
he grabbed it. And lost
I
it.
know, but I
Jalen-
didn't think that was actually a fumble in the column of fumbles.
Jalen Hurts is 10 for 17 for 95 yards with 2 picks. That's quarterback rating of 34, by the way. And he is credited with 2 fumbles and one of them being lost. So
So
they did
2 fumbles, 2 picks.
Yes.
And Herbert has 1 fumble, 1 pick.
Yes.
5, 6, 7. We have 7 turnovers if you count the fumble from the other guy who fumbled the fumble.
I don't think I had ever thought I'd say this in my entire life, but I want to see Trey Lance. Let's go, baby. See what he can effing do.
It's not good. Oh, don't worry. Hurts will give it back.
He totally will. I think that's the name of the game. In this game, it's like, don't worry, guys. That other quarterback will throw it right back to you. First game, this season it says first game with 6 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, because
there's technically a 7th.
There's 7th. They just didn't lose it. It was recovered.
God. Well, anyway, the penny is going away. 232 years it has been around.
Yeah.
The 1-cent coin. The mint's cost to produce each penny has climbed from 1.42 cents to 3.69 cents, according to the U.S. Mint.
Yeah, so it now makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's how you lose money.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it's been discontinued. And it still counts, I think, but not for long.
Oh, I'm not.
And should we keep our old pennies? Like, I have some at the house. Should I keep them?
You think that's going to become like a...
How
Maybe they'll be
old?
worth 2 cents.
How old? Because if you're
I
like
don't know.
pre-60s, maybe, but past that, no.
Oh, really?
There's like special mints and special.
Well, what if I pass them down in my family to the year 2900?
Maybe.
If somebody takes a bunch of these pennies that are out there and melted them down.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
the key is the penny has to become scarce.
Yeah.
The only time anything like that's worth anything is when it's the only,
It's like why everybody thinks $2 bills are like super valuable, but they're not because they're out there.
Yeah, you just go to a strip club.
Yeah.
I told you I helped a buddy of mine move, and that son of a gun.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. And can I tell you that to this day, and calling you out, Big Bear, I hope you're listening to this, you son of a bitch. He moved into a multi-million-dollar home in Westland. And they just pay for movers. What are we doing?
Yeah, he called you for help?
Why would you help him?
I moved a gun safe, for God's sakes.
You know what you are?
A gun safe.
You're an enabler. You can't put up with that.
Yeah, I know. It's
Why
my
would
fault.
you do that?
I try to be a good friend.
That's not. No, you're doing worse for him by helping him move.
The millionaires depend on guys like you.
I have a hard time.
They're feasting off.
I have a hard time telling friends no. If a friend asks me to do something, it's the thank you for being a friend. You show up.
No, you should have said no. What is the matter with you? I know how much money you have.
Yeah.
Oh, he missed it. Oh my.
This game.
Yeah, Suk, I would have been like, hey, if you let me grab one of the nice bottles of bourbon you got back there. Like, absolutely.
Well, and he would have done that.
Exactly.
He's a very generous guy, but the point of the matter is,
I don't even care if it's.
When I helped him move,
Pay me.
Inside his garage, he had a box of several $1,000s of $2 bills. He went to the bank, and he always carries around a wad of 2s, and he tips with them. He's a tip. He's that guy that no matter what, he's handing out tips. Although, can I point out, I did not get a tip for helping you move. Nor have I been invited to the big house yet to drink. Hello. But yeah, I was like, do you spend that much time at the Diablo? And he goes, no. He goes, I go to the bank, and I got a bunch, and I always have $2. And he goes, no matter what, I tip with $2 bills. So they are not rare. You can go to the bank and ask for a couple grand in $2 bills, and they will give it to you.
Boy, I hate to do this to your buddy.
Oh, boy.
Do I know this guy?
No, you do not.
Okay.
I don't believe so. You're about to do it.
I am. I have to say it. Can you not just tip with Lincolns? Like, are you... I mean...
Wow!
I feel like...
Yeah.
Dude, you got money,
Yeah.
obviously. You said it's a multi-million-dollar home in Westland.
It's very nice.
And when you tip with $2... Look, I love the idea that he's a tipper. That's great. We need more tippers.
He's always a tip.
But... $2 bills?
Is he a 20% tipper?
Yeah, he is. He will not. He is a tip. He was not a cheap guy anyway.
But
other than his refusal to pay for movers.
That's
yes. There's a couple signs that he's a cheap
He saved
ass.
20 grand on movers for all that crap.
He asked you to move. That's bullshit.
It's true.
And he tips with $2 bills. Also kind of cheap.
Wow.
I mean, you think an 18-year-old girl who's working at, I don't know, the Starbucks or whatever, she looks at that and goes, well,
What kind of car does he drive? What's
What
his
is
main?
the-
What's
Oh.
his main ride?
He's got cars.
yeah, dude, that guy needs to be called
It's not
out.
car. It's there's
That's why I asked what the main one was.
cars.
You know what? F that guy. Right? F that guy. And if I'm some of the help, I want a 5 from that rich ass.
I'm going to text him and tell him that your $2 or it's not going well on the air.
Upgrade to 5s.
We need 5s.
God, I'm not rich and I'll tip 5s.
Oh, here's the thing, though.
I just don't do it all the time.
Oh, I'm pushing back. So you go to a place. I said this the other day. I ended up at a brewery, and I was a little like, whoa, So I ordered my little IPA or whatever, and I thought,
cute little IPA.
Yeah, whatever. Whenever they're drink wars or whatever. So it ended up being like $8.50 or $9 for the pint, and I was kind of like, oh, all right. So I had a 10, and I just paid with the 10. If you order a drink, like you order a beer or you order a cocktail,
but that's off of price.
That is a $1 or $2 tip. Am I wrong?
No, but that's not what we're talking about here. If you're a cash tipper,
yeah,
like what I'm assuming he is, you're talking about things like valet, things like.
Golf. Golf
right,
club.
Yeah,
going to the hotel.
Those types of those types
the
of
baggage.
That's different. If you're tipping on an amount is perfectly normal. Although, I mean, throwing down a 5 on a $8.50 beer is
seems a bit much.
It is, but it's also not. I mean, it's a $5 bill.
I'm gonna ask. I wonder if he's a multi-two. To be fair, I do not
if
know.
He throws 3 at him.
I don't know if he's a multi-two tipper. I asked specifically about the box. I thought it was kind of weird. I thought there was some sort of criminal enterprise going on. Like, why is there stacks of $2 bills? And all I was told was, he goes, that's what I use for my tips, so I like to have them around. I think he liked the idea that it's kind of fun. Oh, $2.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah, there's a little whimsy.
I just don't think the kids think that. The people who he's tipping, I don't think they see whimsy in a $2 tip with a $2 bill.
Well, I'm going to text him and tell him I'm still
Please
pissed.
do.
I'm still pissed off that he didn't hire movers.
Exactly.
And
you should be.
And 2, I will get to the bottom of what the $2 are exactly used for, and in what way. Are we tipping multiple 2s? Because that's the thing. Like, if you're tipping multiple 2s, then
It depends on what he's tipping.
Yeah.
What you need to ask him is, what do you use the $2 bills for tips for?
That's a good
Like
question.
what kinds of things are you tipping?
Yeah.
That's what we need to know.
Because I'll do that with like takeout. Same thing. And there's like a teriyaki joint that I get lunch from sometimes. And if I have $1, because that's to go, I just walk in, it's all ready there. They just hand it to me. If I have $1 or $2 in my pocket, I leave that on that. I'm like, oh, here's $1. I don't know. It's like, I don't. Sometimes I'm like,
See, I think that some people find that
probably cheap, huh?
Yes. They don't, because it's an order. If you paid, say, $35 for the order, they would just expect $5 or $6 or whatever it is on the order, and then you throw $1 on there,
$1
like,
or $2. Yeah,
dude, what?
Yeah.
Come on, man. We got to go. We'll wrap it up next on The Fan.
The Fan is have you from here.
All right, we're out of here. Hugs on all your bodies, you little sports bunnies. We love you. We are back tomorrow, 3 to 7 on the Fan. Good night. Bye. Good segment. Thank you. I love sports.
Friendships of stay.